Hello, and welcome to another episode of Binding Roll, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition in the world of the 9th Age. If you are unfamiliar with the 9th Age, it is a rank and flank tabletop strategy war game that I play all the time that this YouTube channel is dedicated to. If you're interested in that at all, if you think some of the background's kind of interesting in these live plays, check out the official website. It's in the description below. It's a community-built game, so all of the rules are free. It's all in PDF form. All you use any models you want. All you need to do is match base sizes, and it's a really fun strategic game. It's awesome. Check it out. But this evening, we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. As always, if you wish to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button or that follow button on Twitch. We're looking for subscribers. We'd love to have you. And the bonus, if you hit that subscribe button, you'll be giving 1 hero point to our players. Hero points are rerolls of single dice, or it stabilizes them in death, so they're pretty useful. Lastly, the usual, check us out on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on all of them. They're all in the description below. And also, if you are interested in playing on the stream, the majority of players who were on the stream with us somehow got in contact us through the YouTube channel, and we enjoy just having fun new people on the channel. So message me. It's fun. We all have fun together. Anyway, let's get on to the show. Straight to the intro video. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks. But as you can see, we have our first special guest, Diggy, and we have a second special guest. We're just going to call you Preston for now. More to come in the future. But welcome back. Thank you for being on the channel, you two.
Hello. Great to be here.
As always, no one leveled up, but hey, Bridget's in the chat, and of course, Warrior Womps in the chat, our number one fan. Thank you for being here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, Carlin, your camera. There you go. Now you're focused.
There it is.
As always, I asked the group, what you drinking? This evening, I'm drinking a beer, of course, because I enjoy beer. And this is one I picked up in the market just down on my building here in New York. This is called Island Vibes Killsborough.
Ooh.
An IPA. I'm excited. I know nothing about this beer. It is brewed in New York somewhere. Staten Island. Staten Island. Oh goodness.
Pretty
So,
clean. Pretty good.
Octavia, what are you drinking?
I've got another Goan's heirloom cider.
Yeah, you're enjoying those. You're like back to back to back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought a whole bunch of them, and I'm just going through them one at a time. This is the Gravenstein cider, so we'll see how that goes, and then for crit fails, I've got the good old Speyburn 10-year.
Nice.
Excellent choice.
Peter,
How do you feel
Peter,
about
Peter, you're in the chat also.
Yo. Tonight I got 2 different beers, but just 2 because they're both biggies. Because I was running late, I had to run out to Bartell's, one of the last few Bartell's left, and got a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA. I've had it before. It's quite tasty. It's like having a juiced a shandy, honestly.
I do
Yeah,
love.
let's give it a try.
I do
again.
love a juicy beer. I didn't hear anything. Nothing came
It
through.
was like a bass kick. Was about all. Oh well. Can't all be winners.
I mean, it peaked my mic, so sorry.
That just cut out. Yeah.
Carlin, what you drinking?
I've got the old standby,
The old
the
standby.
801 Pilsner from Uinta Brewing here in Salt Lake City. Let's see if we can get the original can crack.
There it is.
Oh,
Beautiful.
it's so crisp.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Optimized.
All others are just
Yeah,
pretenders.
I don't know how you do it so well.
It is. Honestly, it's a serious ASMR right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Kenyon has the same mic that I have.
Exact
so
same mic.
I don't know why it's different, but again, all others are just pretenders.
True. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I aspire to your greatness. That's all.
Yeah,
Preston.
I gotta have one skill, one thing.
Preston, what you drinking?
Hi, I'm back. I'm someone else now, though. We'll get into that. I have the Glenfarclas 12 year, this was a new find for me, and it's quickly near the top of my list, like A tier.
Nice.
Just sipping it right out of the bottle. You're
I
classy
have
level.
a glass, but I felt
Your classy level
Oh.
just went down 2 notches in my book.
Oh, come on. You and I have very different definitions of classic.
All right. Back to the story. So, our adventurers are in Zalaman Takesh, the capital of the Infernal Dwarves, and they are there to investigate what happened to Prelate Carver, a religious holy warrior that went to this land to study the Infernal Dwarfs' connection with the demonic power through the veil. On the way there, they ran into a bunch of danger and blah, 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 blah. Octavia has a chain around her neck. They are currently on a mission to get the other 3. She's wearing an actual... That came through really clearly in my ears.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So the 4 leaders of the city all disbanded out of disgust because the main guy was hiding that he had not found the Rod of Zalaman. You've been tasked with getting the 3 other leaders to come back to the table and negotiate and be part of the government of the Infernal Dwarves. You were in the shackles trying to get their leader to return, and to do this, you decided to discover who the vulture was. It was Marzook, actually an infernal dwarf. She was not the vulture. Actually, she was the vulture because she was doing the buying, but she was doing all the buying because her 3 children were vampire spawn. You took care of 2 of them. 1 disappeared into the shadows with Marzook, the mother, while you were in the room, and they all locked the 3 of you, Octavia, Carlin, and Diggy, in that room. Lastly, before they left, he said, "Daddy will not be pleased," in a very creepy voice as he slammed the door on the 3 of you. Blah. So, at this point, you guys went in nighttime, right? Yeah, you went in nighttime. They returned in the nighttime. So it is getting to be early morning. Just your eternal clocks are telling you this. There is no light coming into this room.
Early morning of August the 15th.
Yes, it is August the 15th. If only we knew of any significance of that date.
Yes.
Where are
Only
the
we
Ides
could-
of August?
Some potential side quest shit going on.
Okay. So, you're locked in this room. Actually, I don't know if you're locked, but the door got slammed on you. In this room, you found some magic items. All of you, the 3 of you, actually each took one. And then this room is basically a library filled with all sorts of books and manuscripts. At a very brief look at those books, they all seem to be, song sheets for musicals or what's the right word? Scripts for stage plays or books about theater. Lastly, I need the three of you to give me a investigation check. Is that D&D, or am I just imagining things?
That is D&D.
Yeah,
Does
I'm not seeing
courage action?
investigation.
Investigation. Give me either a thievery, a crafting, or performance check.
Crafting it is.
Thievery.
Oh, let's see here. Hold on.
Damn, Carlin. Way to start your day.
There we go. Now it's showing correctly. Okay, so we have a 23 for Diggy, a 21 for Carlin. Octavia, what do we got?
22.
All three over 20. Okay. So as you kind of leaf through all these books, trying to understand if there's anything here, you actually come across some items that are not having to do with theater. They're actually look like ledgers. These happen to be the ledgers that Marzook, the mother, was keeping about the slaves that she purchased at bare bottom prices and who she bought them from. You all imagine like a Scooby-Doo moment, like you open this book and all three of you are peering into it at the same time, like looking over each other's shoulders, and you see the customer that appears overwhelmingly the most is someone squeaked.
Sorry, that was my mic arm.
Is Hamish. Hamish, the bartender that Diggy used to work for.
I'm sorry, what was that about Hamish?
He's
been selling a lot of slaves to Marzook, apparently.
remember before he hired you actually
Woken
to find
son of a
her.
bitch.
To find the vulture, but he
He's lost
seems to be the one
slaves, yeah.
selling the one selling to her. So the three of you,
Knowing sales?
what would you like to do?
I would like to take a look at this door.
Great.
Is it just like... I mean, they shut it, but we have the key and we're on the inside. Like,
Great.
Octavia, give me a perception check. Oh, this music is all wrong. Are you hearing this? All wrong.
24.
Too jaunty
24.
Yeah.
for the
Jesus.
situation.
24. Yeah, you definitely noticed when the door slammed, there was no click like it was locked from the other side. That did not happen. And you getting close to the door, you listen for the other side, thinking you might hear Marzook, thinking you might hear, I think Hadzook. Hadzook was the son that survived.
Mm.
No,
Sounds
no
right.
sounds. No sounds. So I picked a new Spotify playlist, and these songs are just not doing it for me. Okay, this is a little better. Okay, this has to be it. This song's called Mysterious Beauty. This has to be it.
Little too wedding march.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll keep doing that. What do you guys want to do? What are your actions?
Quick, we have to get to a forest.
We must away!
I will pocket the book that has all the receipts and stuff
Yeah,
in it.
it's basically a ledger. Yeah.
Throw that in my bag. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
grab
say, let's
that.
make sure we grab that.
I'm definitely having sheathed or put my storm hammer into like a loop on my belt that it's usually there for, and picked up my ancestral hammer, and that's never leaving my hand again.
Yeah.
Just be careful you don't accidentally clip yourself with the storm hammer.
Oh, we're all good.
Well,
I mean, I guess I'm gonna open the door, like slowly, but you know,
Yeah.
open it.
Now,
Definitely not
Octavia, did
staying
you
here.
have dark vision or dim light vision?
I have what is it? Low light vision.
All right, this is me leading the blind.
Okay. So at this
but
point, the
The
sun
torches were lit.
is. Mhm. When you open
So-
the door, the torches have been extinguished. There is no artificial light inside, but coming through the windows is not morning light, but the sky lightens before the sun rises. The sun, the sky dome is lightening, so that light is coming in. So it's dim light in there, so you're able to see. You don't see anyone. All of the artificial light has been extinguished.
do we want to exit the way we came in, or do we
I
want to
I think
go out
that
the
would
front
be.
door?
I think exiting the way we came in would be prudent.
Right, let's do that.
All right. Back to the toilets.
Back to the toilets. You exit the way you go through. I
You
just
try
need,
work at a bar at last call.
I need
Sorry.
one of you to roll this, and it's either a survival, a nature, or a stealth check. Whoever has the highest modifier on any one of those three, and you get +2 for the group being with you.
Oh, that's not me.
Gotta be
Uh,
Octavia, right?
yeah,
What's your
I'll-
stealth?
Right.
My stealth
Yeah.
is 12, so
Yeah.
it's what, +14?
Have
Yeah.
at it.
All right. Let me get my dice cam up.
That's bonkers, by the way.
Right.
Oh no, it's a 20.
20's enough. Yeah, well, you know what? You easily navigate your way out, remembering the way to go through the sewers that I'm gonna call them the Shackle Street Irregulars taught you. The way they brought you in. Easily make it. You rolled below a 10, so I'm saying all three of you, there's some caked human excrement on your boots at this time, boots and hooves. It's not a pleasant experience.
Infernal Dwarven.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not touching that. I got wings.
You float all the way in there. Okay, Carlin and Diggy. Actually, no, it's not necessarily Infernal Dwarf. This is the Shackles, so there's a number of races here.
Right.
It's a mix of everything. It is... Oof. It's
I
bad.
don't think we need to be overly
Pungent.
specific about it.
Pungent.
It's poop
pungent.
and it smells bad.
So, you
I
make
like
it out.
pungent.
And if I remember correctly, you went into a manhole at one point to get into the sewers. You
Right.
come out of the same manhole. And the sun is now just rising. And as you exit, you see your good friends, the children from the Shackle Street Irregular. They see you and they say, "See here, Octavia, you've returned. We're so happy."
I like that he
Huzzah,
starts
huzzah
every
to you.
conversation with "see here." It's
Sawed us indeed, kid. It's been great seeing you. Thank you for showing us away.
Octavia, please, come this way. Come this way, Octavia, and see our good friend we've just met, Mr. Preston. And you look up, and there's you
Hope
see
you're
a
doing
very
this,
odd
huh?
sight. A 7-foot-tall individual surrounded by, encircled by these street urchins. And you knew all of them. They're the ones you met. I'll now pass it on to Preston. Give me a little description of what they're seeing. But you're basically surrounded by children and you're kind of entertaining them.
Yeah.
Are they coming up
So-
to knee height, or are you more lengthy
bare-
in the torso?
Well, funny story. I haven't been mentioned yet. Jeremy is 7-foot tall teddy bear,
Oh,
entirely animate, with the children probably climbing on him, and he's dancing around and he's doing his thing, and that occupies your attention for a moment until you realize that there's more going on behind that. I have the cantrips, by the way, bullhorn and musical accompaniment, both of which are currently active. So there's a whole orchestra playing along with this, a little bit of the entrance of the gladiators. And I'm telling them some story about the great, good bear golem defending the forest from evil invading snake creatures or whatever. And he's doing the thing. And also I have a half a dozen other puppets. Just little soft cloth things, maybe on sticks or whatever. I can't deal too many. They're not all animating themselves. That's not the shtick. But I've got like Muppets on either hand, and I'm having a conversation with myself 3 ways, and my mage hand is also managing another puppet in the fray.
do the puppets have names? Do the puppets have names?
They are on my character sheet. They all get their individual entries, and I have left their names blank, and I'm gonna figure it out as we go. Let's just for now, let's introduce Preston and Jeremy. And Preston, by the way, is just kind of somebody's dad. He's inappropriately in Hawaiian shirts or like loud, bright colored clothing most of the time. He's in his 50s. He's a little pudgy.
Cargo shorts,
He's
maybe
an
some
excellent entertainer.
maybe some Tivas.
Yeah. All of the above. He's got his guitar strapped to his back, and it's just
The Trixie in me is very jealous.
I'm seeing elements of Master Roshi here.
And I don't know DBZ well enough to be gunning for Roshi specifically. More wholesome than what I know of Roshi, though.
I would imagine
I'm aiming for a little more wholesome than Roshi.
It's Jimmy Buffett
probably
with
a
puppets.
lot more wholesome.
Now we're
than
getting there.
Roshi.
We're getting closer
mean,
with
yeah.
Mr. Buffett.
Maybe Roshi after the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, we're getting into lore that I have not been to yet.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z since middle school, maybe.
DBZ abridged, if that counts.
I mean, it
I just need to
does.
get
He's
down on that
still
stuff.
just as lecherous in that as he is in
Oh,
the real
yeah.
show.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Preston, by the way, will finally like look up from having the time of his life with all these kids and see all of you, and like have the puppets like look at him and look at you, and then motion you on over to join this madness.
Now, are you puppeting Jeremy, or is he puppeting himself?
That is unclear at this time.
Right.
The motions don't match up, I'll say that. Like what I'm doing with the hand
Right.
puppets is entirely
Mhm.
independent of Jeremy just kind of lumbering around and being a big scary fuzzy bear.
Big fuzzy bear.
And,
I love
and
a
by the
puppet.
way, I haven't said it out loud specifically, but like bearing no resemblance to a bear, it's stitched. It's fur and fluff and stuffing and stitched together, and it's probably got. I don't know. What do you think? Button eyes or like just black half ears or what?
oh, it's got to be
buttons.
button.
Buttons?
gotta
Okay,
be
button
button.
eyes. Yeah.
Is
Button eyes.
have you said the name of the bear yet?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Does Jeremy have is making any noise, any sounds?
No,
Okay, just dancing.
just dancing.
And the Shackles Street irregulars are loving this. They're just now see here, blind me,
Going
this is
good.
just fantastic. I'm having so much fun looking at the bear.
Now, is the urchin that led us out here? Sorry about that.
One of them is just self-narrating as it's playing with a giant bear. I'm having so much fun playing with the bear.
Is there an urchin that's still with us, or did the urchin run into the rest of the crowd?
No, you guys made it back without any urchins. So when you came out, this is what you saw: all the urchins. With
Gotcha.
with
Well, I
Preston
thought
in the
one
bear.
of them greeted us when we came out of the tunnel and then was introducing us to Preston or Jeremy, really.
A little bit of both.
No, they're just.
Is that kid still near us, or did he run off?
No,
already?
he ran off in the group. It's just a gaggle of kids. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say that Preston and Jeremy have now fallen into the same dance step, like back to back, circling around with the kids, doing the same thing.
Now it's ZZ Top.
A little bit.
Awesome.
Ladies go crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Right then. Is Preston, are you still motioning us over?
Well, if you have started in my direction, I'll go back
Yes.
to just being the entertainer to everybody, including all of you.
I'm gonna stumble towards him because, as far as I understand, I'm still bleeding and I just climbed through stuff. I'm gonna be shambling over.
Yeah, we are.
I hurt like a lot.
We are worse for wear, aren't we?
You're a little beat up,
completely
yeah.
forgot.
You're a little beat up.
As
Oh,
far as I
man.
understand it, I'm still suffering from bleeding, and I have something else on me as well as a
Yes, you
status
do.
icon.
You do.
So real quick,
I've been drained, and I'm
Yeah.
wounded.
We had figured out about the drained though. Like that's not gonna last forever. Like
You're right. That's not gonna last forever, but like it
It's-
hurts. So
let me do.
But you
Okay.
literally feel drained.
treat wounds. I can't do anything about the drained, but let me do treat wounds on everyone. So.
medic. Sorry, I looked at my character sheet. I'm like 31. Oh God.
There's one for
Oh,
Diggy.
boy.
Great.
you
that
have
hurt.
the most health out of.
Oh, that is a nat
no.
one.
So I have actually
Hurt you.
made it worse.
Right.
Uh,
How much
unless
did that
you-
hurt?
Do you want to use your hero point?
Yes. So everyone has one hero point
make sure you reset your
for the session.
hero points
I
if you
did.
haven't already.
Seems very early to be using a hero point.
And to be fair, you did make it worse on the person who has the most HP out of all of us, or at least of the three of us that are down.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's 2 damage, and I'm guessing
Right.
we're about to go back to the inn and maybe take a rest.
Well, you're gonna be resting. I gotta go back to work.
A long rest. Multiple
We'll see if
rests.
we can negotiate that. In the meantime, here's a treat wounds for Octavia.
Something higher than 1, please.
Let's see. I will say on Monday in the
know
Pathfinder
what it's
session that Diggy and Preston and I are in, I rolled 3 20s in a row.
Oh.
So hopefully I'm not
Oh.
going to.
You used,
Not
you
in
used all your
combat,
luck.
and not
Yeah.
in combat.
This is true. So success for Octavia. It's only 6 HP.
Okay,
And
that
then
puts
one for
me up
myself.
to 19.
And then 1 for me. Aha!
Oh boy.
I keep
That's
the
a
good
nat
stuff for
20.
myself.
Yeah, apparently. That's your second nat 20 of the night, though. Like, to be fair.
22.
It's-
22.
Other side.
It's good stuff.
So
it's
wait.
good
How
for
much?
some people.
How much damage did Diggy take from the first
2 damage.
2 damage? Just so we know. Okay, I need Diggy as you sit down trying to help heal yourselves on the kind of in this alleyway. Preston and the kids they kind of settle down from the dancing, but they all go crisscross applesauce and sit down around Preston and Jeremy, and it kind of turns into like a story time session.
Mhm.
I assume
need-
we're in, like, the back alleys away from...
Yes,
The-
this is not the Avenue of
manor.
the Shackles. Yeah, yes,
Oh,
and you're a
okay.
block or 2 away from Marzook's manor.
Okay.
I need Diggy
Hopefully.
to give me a perception roll. Mm. 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 Mm.
Yeah, that's about right.
He bleeding.
I mean, 13.
I'm just gonna give it
Great.
to you. I'm just gonna give it to you. I think this is something you would notice with a 13.
Right.
As all the irregulars start sitting down, you realize one of these does not belong. All of the irregulars are humans, human kids. There's one individual who is a infernal dwarf, but you didn't notice him and he's definitely of an age that he shouldn't be into like the stuff Preston is presenting, like really kids atmosphere, kind of like little too old, a little too mature for enjoying this, but he is totally into it. And you notice this is Harmon, the son of Hamish, his kid who you don't like very much.
Oh, for sister's sake. Wait.
And he does not he doesn't notice you. He's too
I mean,
into...
why would he? He never even looked at me in the first place.
He's too into... He was the spoiled...
Also, you're covered in shit.
Yeah, true. He was the spoiled kid of Hamish. Who Hamish originally tried to send Harmon with the group to the Vulture's estate, but you went instead because Harmon wasn't there. Harmon wasn't there.
I'm gonna turn to Octavia. Wait, is Octavia near me still?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't moved since the 7-foot-tall stuffed teddy bear was pointed out to us. I'm just kind of sitting there, cocking my head to the left, and then to the right,
It
and
occurs to
then
me
to the
by the way,
right.
It occurs to me there's one thing I forgot to mention about the bear. The bear has on its chest, and I shit you not, this is a part of the class feature for sorcerers, has a sigil glowing engraved on its body. It has on its chest about a foot tall, a little glowing heart enclosed in crossed chains.
Okay.
Nice.
Crossover episode. Let's go.
Wait, do I know this reference? I don't know.
I'm saying
It's a Care Bears reference.
It's a
Yeah.
7-foot tall Care Bear.
It's a giant
Care
ass Care Bear.
I
Care Bear
was
Kaiju.
actually-
Care Bears are supposed to be small. This is way too big to be a Care Bear.
I was
Care Bear Kaiju.
Carebear Kaiju. Yeah.
I was going more Kingdom Hearts Heartless
all-
reference, but yeah.
I'm
'cause
sorry,
with
I'm
the-
over
with
here
the
bleeding.
chains.
Lore.
Yeah. That's the kind
Carlin.
of great background work that people tune into Binding Roll for.
Yes, yes.
Reed. Hey, Garland. Oh,
Yes.
you see that little fucker over there? The one who doesn't look like any of the other ones.
Oh, by little fucker you mean the one that's actually taller than all the other ones.
I mean, it's not by much, though.
Yes,
He is a
I
dwarf.
see him. A bit odd,
Yeah.
but I mean,
You remember how-
that's a 7-foot tall teddy bear, so odd is a relative term here.
I mean, we're in a world where so many things exist. It's hard to say what odd is, really. But
Carlin gestures to Octavia.
Yeah, I was gonna say talking Pegasus.
I don't.
you just gotta roll with it. That's all
What
I'm
is
saying.
odd?
You're
Yes,
right. What
I-
is odd?
What
I
is
see.
even?
I see. Damn it. I see the person to whom you are referring.
Yeah, well, that would be the one that Hamish wanted to send with you down there in the first place.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh well. I'm glad we got you.
me too. But for God's sake, what's he enjoying the puppet show for?
And you see him, he's
I mean,
he's very much
I'm
like
enjoying the
clapping
puppet
along,
show.
like.
I mean, to be fair, I am enjoying the puppet show, but I
It's- I mean,
really- I take your point.
There's some twists and turns in this puppet story. It's deep.
I'm not saying he can't enjoy the puppet story. I'm just saying he looks like one of the small children around him. Not like an adult enjoying it with children.
Well, I kind of pull the ledger slightly, like an inch out of my bag, and say, "Well, I think the positive here is that he's not more like his father."
That is the ancestor's truth right there.
Do we need to do anything?
God, no.
Doesn't seem like you want to talk to him. We just move
Not
on.
especially.
Cool. Great. Well,
Sorry, I'm just the interrupter today. Everything going off all over the place.
No, it's fine. I mean, do we wait until the show's over and then?
It's not interrupted, plus I could use some rest.
Okay, and then talk to the guy in the funny shirt.
I guess that's probably my cue to like, all right, kids, it's been fun. We've had a great time together, but the show's over. We gotta go. I've got to go talk to these fine folks. Like, yeah, thank you. Yes, okay.
You
Same time
hear
tomorrow. Yeah, sure. I'll give it a try.
all the urchins are like, oh.
Aw.
Now see here, I really want to see you do more performance. It's absolutely majestic.
Yes, thank you, thank you. You work too. I'm sure you can be just as good.
And you hear Harmon go, what are you guys doing? Stop, this is really great performance. Please don't leave.
Oh, that voice.
I'm sorry. You know, special things are special because they're rare.
No,
Some things have to come to an end. There'll
my
be
dad,
more times
my
like this.
dad said, if I tell you you have to stay, then you have to stay.
See, I'm not
see,
good enough
I turned
with
to Harlan.
kids to come back with the right response to this.
Right.
But I am willing to roll diplomacy or deception.
Okay, you gotta give me some sort of line. What are you feeding this kid?
It's no, your dad wanted you here to see this, but he knows it's gotta end and you gotta get back to him, kid. You gotta get, show's over, but you'll see the next show.
I guess that's deception.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
They're very similar. Let's stick with diplomacy
honestly,
for now. It's slightly worse.
Yeah, arguably, you're not lying to the kid.
No, I'm just trying to read.
You can use whichever one. Whichever one's higher. It's so close.
Sure. Deception is technically higher, but I'm going with diplomacy. It's a 20.
Okay. Hi, Slooey
20, but-
Slooeyful. Thank you for joining the chat, Slooeyful. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Wait, you got a 20 and his natural.
What's his will DC?
So you say that to him and he says, "You know my dad?" Oh,
I'm gonna say yes, and I might end up rolling deception.
please don't tell my dad I'm here, okay? I'm not supposed to be out this late.
That's all right. Now you know your dad cares for you, and he wants you home just to make sure that you're safe. So I won't tell him, but you gotta run alone.
I don't know if that's true, but like, I'll get going. I just want to say
Don't need
you're absolutely fantastic, and you make me feel good inside.
That's fantastic to hear. You're fantastic. Thanks for coming out.
There's definitely like a Mr. Rogers vibe coming off right now.
I hope so.
I want you to know
Consider that
I'm
compliment.
proud of you.
Oh. Okay. The urchins start dispersing. Preston, I guess you'd head toward Octavia. Diggy.
Mhm.
Well, Diggy and Carlin are ahead of Octavia. I
Yeah.
haven't moved basically
Octavia's
since we
tough.
got out, and I'm still just kind of cocking my head back and forth, trying to figure out this 7-foot tall bear.
And there we go. As Harmon is turning around, he locks eyes with you, Diggy. And he goes, Diggy, what are you doing here? On, you're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, I might be asking you that same thing, Harmon.
You're
See, because I
supposed,
know your daddy doesn't want you out this late.
you're supposed to be helping my daddy. You're supposed to be helping
And I
Hamish.
am.
I don't know why you're
I
here.
am hip and Hamish. He sent me out with these two fine folk to garner some information as to where his goods had been going. Something, by the way, he wanted you to do.
He looks nervous. Give me an intimidation check. I'm so stuck in D&D.
You gotta be good at that.
Oh, I am.
Intimidation
not.
is a thing.
Yeah, intimidation, yeah.
It is. Oh, I am. I'm trained in that. Hey, there you go.
I'd offer to assist, but
Don't you have the? Do you have the intimidating glare, or did?
I do
not
have the
that one?
intimidating glare, and this is
Yeah,
the last
double
time I'm
check
rolling
that.
digital dice.
You haven't learned your lesson yet.
No, clearly not. Where is that feats page? There it is. I do have an intimidating glare, which demoralizes. Can I roll? Sorry. I already rolled. It was a 15.
All right. He's like, all right, Diggy. Just don't tell my dad, okay? Ugh. I'll go home and I won't tell him I saw you, okay?
Why would I be afraid of you telling him that you saw me? I'm where he sent me to be.
Because I'll tell him that you were mean to me. Yeah. Just shut up, Diggy. And he turns and stomps away. Starts stomping back towards the bar.
Right.
Wow. I am really, really glad we got you, Diggy.
Right.
That would have been. I mean, I guess he would have been dead,
Yeah,
but
he'd be real dead.
wow.
Right.
Preston rocks
It's-
up to this conversation side by side with Jeremy.
Octavia, I'm imagining you like, you know, when a dog sees another dog and it freezes and just points at it like how dogs point their snout. I imagine you doing this and just being like,
well, no, it's more like, so it's not as pointed. Neck and head back over shoulders, just head tilt,
mm-hmm.
head tilt, head tilt, head tilt.
Not computing.
Frozen in confusion.
Just
Yeah.
trying to figure this thing out.
Preston and Jeremy both step up to address Erlin and Diggy. But I do think that Jeremy pretty immediately kind of like waves at those two and then starts realizing that Octavia is staring and kind of like looks at her and then at Preston back and forth for a little bit while Preston comes up and says, I take it you know some of these fine young gentlemen already.
Yeah, they've helped us out a little bit. Plus, it helps I
Yeah.
speak their language, you see?
Please don't.
Now see here.
It's hard enough to keep up with them.
I know
My
it's a
name's-
hard language to get down, but, like, it's beneficial from time to time.
It has been helpful.
God bless you
As
both.
as the irregulars disperse, a few stick around, and one goes over to Octavia and kind of like the same as if you'd walk over to your friend and put your arm over his shoulder, but with Octavia, so it's kind of like over the front of her back, like on the front of the wings.
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of drapes over your shoulder and kind of looks at the rest of the people. And this individual is the leader,
The
urchin
leader
from when you first met the group. Yeah.
The one I made cry.
Yes, the one you made cry.
Gotten that.
So I think at the touch, like that'll kind of shake me out of my stupor a little bit. And like I'll realize that I've just kind of been stopped and staring for minutes at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll trot forward like towards Jeremy and like stop probably 5 feet away and just kind of stare up at it at him. I don't know, is that the appropriate?
Well, you don't know yet. Yeah, I mean, the bear isn't talking. The bear will finally like kind of like tap Preston on the shoulder and like gesture that way. Like no hands, by the way, just kind of stuffed blunt ends. Like,
Oh
tap.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I-
Of
I'm
course.
just thinking
Just
like
stuffed bear paw, just pum pum.
It is. It's
Yeah.
what's,
the
I'm,
bear.
I'm imagining
Um,
the big teddy bear from
from
oh
so
god,
many
what was
movies.
that toy company? But yeah, the just like giant like
Oh, yeah. So we're all on the same page. So Jeremy gestures over there, and Preston's like, "Oh, go introduce yourself." No, she's fine. Look at her. Go ahead. And so Preston's continuing to introduce himself to these two, and Jeremy will kind of bumble over towards Octavia, stop, cock his head a little bit, and then stick one arm out at an angle.
Octavia.
I'm trying to decide.
So much thought into this.
Because I need to figure out where that arm is going to land in relation to my
Right.
height. So
The urchin-
a horse is.
The urchin leans over into your ear and says, "Now see here, Octavia, do you want me to take care of this fool?"
Immediate, just head snaps to look at him, and it's like a death glare of
Okay,
like, why
okay.
would you even suggest that?
How dare you?
Like,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Octavia. Please continue.
okay, so I'm trying to figure out. So a standard horse is a large creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So at medium,
Mhm.
I don't. What would that be?
Half height.
Half height?
two-thirds? Yep.
Half to 2/3.
Yeah, he's reaching down. I mean, his hand is kind
so-
of landing right in the middle of your face.
Okay, that's kind of
Like-
what I was
Yeah.
figuring,
So,
like,
like-
roughly eye level ish.
So the raising the hoof would be kind of a stretch, right?
Right,
Or the
right,
wing,
right.
Is that right?
That's kind of why I wanted to kind of figure out where it was, because I have an idea for what I wanted to do, but I wanted to make
Okay.
sure that the heights would line up.
Yep.
So
I think eye or nose level is fair.
yeah. So I actually like the idea of it being eye level, because then it'll be slightly higher than her
Right.
nose. So she actually, in order to do this, she actually has to tilt her head up, and then just kind of gives the paw a little sniff,
What does
Like-
Pre-
trying to
Preston,
figure out what's
tell us-
going on.
tell us what Jeremy smells like?
Oh boy, that's actually kind of a decision, isn't it?
Mhm.
It is.
I want to say that it is faint. The smell is sort of abnormally faint. It is just kind of the smell of slightly dirty cloth and thread and that kind of thing. Like it smells like a plush toy but diluted.
Like it should smell stronger,
It
but
should smell
doesn't.
stronger. Yeah, and the
Okay.
natural smell of a plush toy is it's not offensive and it's not strong.
Yeah.
But even compared to that, it's weak.
Okay. Now the question is, do I know that?
Give me.
I don't think I do.
Give me an Arcana, a Crafting, a Nature, or Occultism.
Okay. I guess nature, because that's a +7.
Mm-hmm.
$11.
No, it smells like it definitely.
Cloth toy.
Yeah, it smells like a cloth toy. Like a. Maybe it's a little dirty from being in the streets, but yeah.
So, yeah, what I was trying to discern, and like this actually, essentially works in my favor, is that like I don't know that I've ever actually encountered a plush toy before.
Well,
So
I mean, you've
not
definitely-
knowing what one smells like.
Yeah, you've definitely like encountered like soft cloth. I'll give you that.
Right. But I would argue that a cloth or a piece of clothing is going to smell different than a plush. And considering how many of them I have, I realize that the stream can't see what I'm pointing at, but there
Yeah.
are many behind me.
You have many plush dolls, yes.
Consider myself
So many.
something of an expert on
Something of an expert, yes.
Fair.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's definitely, you're reading it as non-organic.
Right.
soft.
Right. But I would.
It's warm, I
Actually,
guess, a little bit.
That might be something
It's
that
not warm.
is
Yeah, it's not warm. Yeah,
a
just
little. The fact that I'm reading it as inorganic might be something weird because it
Sure.
it looks furry, right?
yeah.
Like patchwork, sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not organic.
Okay.
We just ran into a bunch of undead, right? Like
Right.
this isn't something that.
So as
So,
this long
It is-
protracted like
I
thought
think
process
this
is
is-
happening over with Octavia and
Well,
Jeremy.
So I think this is exactly what happens. Is so she does a little sniff.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like a plushie.
Yeah.
But because it doesn't read as organic, and that's kind of what she was expecting,
Mm-hmm.
she recoils a bit, but then goes back and like sniffs it again, and then there's just a brief touch.
Jeremy just kind of poops a little bit, like it gives a little hop when they touch, and then pulls it back, kind of like looks at his hand a little bit, and then I think waves and goes to rejoin the others.
While this is
No,
while
when-
all this is happening, Diggy, Carlin, and Preston are having a discussion. So continue on in that talk.
Introduce myself. Offer hand to shake. Preston Thimble.
Diggy sadly can't make the effort to get up, so he does raise his hand up though.
And actually, as I'm realizing this now, he kind of like, actually, he prestidigitates some of the like mess away, and especially off of your hand before he shakes it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
But not off of all of you, just your hand.
a little more.
Okay, the whole arm.
Maybe in a minute. We'll get to that. You two look a little rough. Are you okay?
Not really, no.
Right. So why are you in this alley? Why aren't you in a hospital or something?
Well,
He's got to go to work.
yeah, I do. I do have to go to work.
There's this-
That Octavia did not actually say that. FYI.
Well, Mr. Thimble, my name is Carlin Vogel, War Priest of Suna. My injured friend here is Diggy Hole.
How are you?
I'm imagining
We were tasked-
this happening like as you're failing to heal him, like you're like sticking your thumb into his wound. This is my
Ow, that
friend
hurts.
Biggie.
Oh, why? Oh God, you were trying to help me.
Well, it's not an exact science, Diggy. You know,
That is why they call it practicing medicine, isn't it?
things happen. Practice makes perfect, but basically not. But
Not
but
when
not
it comes
really.
to medicine.
But not really. Well, my friend and I were, and our other friend, gesturing towards Octavia, were tasked with investigating something for the overlord of the city. And as you can see, as adventurers experience, we encountered some interesting things down in, I mean, I'll spare you the details, but there was some fighting involved, and I don't know if, you do puppet shows. I'm not sure if that's really your thing, but we had a bit of a rough go, but we're all right and accomplished our goal.
That's good.
Not
That's
what we
good.
did. As I clutch that hammer to my chest. Not what we did.
Right. Yes. I mean, I do wish you could get through life without resorting to violence. But I do understand that's not always possible. I was told that you were... Let me see if I get this right, because this is the backstory that you were feeding me, Kenyon. I was told that you were looking for and might have information about Prelate Carver.
Oh. Interesting. What do you know about Carver? How do you know about Carver?
I'm not going to say we're friends exactly, but I worked with him on a couple of occasions in research.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Which brings us back to the initial question. Have you found him?
okay, Kenyon, refresh my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was Carver one of the bodies that we found,
No,
or no? Okay,
Carver is the prelate that you were sent here to
Right,
find out what happened to him. He's missing.
right. But I couldn't remember if he was in the body room.
No.
If he was one of the people.
In the body, the body room in Marzook's estate.
Yeah.
You didn't recognize any of the people. They were just they were people marked with the brand of Hamish.
Yeah, I think the only people that were recognized were technically by Diggy, specifically for that purpose.
Yeah, and I don't know who they were. I just know that they belonged to Hamish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is kind of shitty when you think about it.
There was tequila involved in last episode. I'm not super clear on the details of everything.
My friend, it's all right. I feel you.
But anyway, knowing that you know Carver, I feel like I can be a little more above board about the details.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
We had been charged with investigating the individual known colloquially as the Vulture, who had been stealing slaves.
Preston,
Can you?
give me a recall knowledge, or not recall knowledge, but a...
Yep.
I guess like, oh, this is a hard one.
society.
I would have said
maybe?
society, and I'm very bad at
Yeah,
society,
probably
so,
society,
yeah.
like the rumors, the rumors going around the city. If you
That's-
heard this one, so give me a society check.
Doubt it.
Oh,
Oh,
Can
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
wow. Can I
Oh.
real
Jesus.
quick? Can I just I just want to ask one quick question.
Yeah.
That I should have asked previously. Since I now know that this is inorganic and I did make a nature check,
yeah.
can I make an Arcana check?
No.
No.
I was
Okay.
just search. I was giving you wide options to like the best, to find your best modifier. But the result would have been the
Sure.
same
No.
whatever roll it was. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Um,
All right. I just
Nat 20.
wanted to check.
Preston, you have been hearing these rumors also. The rumors running around the city is that the Vulture is some sort of mysterious, unknown purchaser of slaves who comes in during slave auctions. No one ends up seeing who this person is. No, there's no description. Very mysterious character, but it always ends up that this character buys out the slaves that no one buys at the end of the auction and buys them at bottom barrel prices.
yeah.
Undercuts the market kind of situation.
Yeah.
And these slaves, which you hear about slaves, and then they're maybe resold, or they go off and work on some sort of location or project. They're never heard of. These slaves are never heard of again. They disappear off the face of the world. You have heard a lot about this. You actually did a little studying on yourself. You've decided that you're convinced that there's foul play going on, and that there's some sort of undead necromancy in that realm going on. And that's just your own gut feeling prediction.
I would love to throw some cognitive dissonance at my friends and try and play it like I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Play dumb. Who's the vulture? Would you
Did
like
we
me to roll
mention
that
the vulture?
publicly
did
or
mention the
privately?
vulture, yeah.
Rob just did. How would you like to? Public, private.
I mean, I can
It's
just
gotta
roll
be
with
public.
that too. I don't really.
Let me see how good I am of a liar today. Oh god damn it. Never mind. Fine.
Oh, gotta love the
Vulture?
Foundry
What?
dice.
Who's that?
Is there such a thing as an
Wait.
insight check in this one?
No,
I
it's
know
just a
the-
perception DC.
Oh, okay.
So
Um,
as you say the word vulture, you see two things happen. First, Preston's eyes go real big, and he's like,
yeah, it's like-
under his breath, you hear him say, "The vulture," Ooh. and then his eyes go back down to
goes-
normal, and he's like, "Oh, the vulture. What's that?"
One additional thing now that my eyes have come up in conversation, one is kind of regular hazel greeny brown, the other is red. Not
Red.
glowy infernal red, just ruby red iris.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Does it look dark in the low light, or does it look?
It's totally
I-
regular, it's just red.
Oh.
Red colored iris.
Well, I won't mention that. That would be rude.
That would be rude. Of course.
Well,
I feel like Diggy doesn't care. He's just gonna stare at his eyes.
I'll kind
look
of
away.
play it off.
It's like Austin Powers with the mole. Mole, 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 mole.
You realize that I want to play it off, though. That's just.
Well, the vulture is and I'll go into the stuff that Kenyon just described.
Yeah.
I won't reiterate it. But we have determined that the vulture was actually the Lady Marzook, or at least somehow related to her, because we infiltrated her estate and
She did it for her
found.
children.
Oh, I'm getting to that, Diggy. Hold on. Don't jump ahead of the story.
Sorry.
We
Yeah, you make me
infiltrated-
a lot more apprehensive about what you're going to say.
Well, we infiltrated her estate, found not really a pleasant way to put this, we found an entire room full of bodies that had been sucked dry by vampires.
Jeremy falls down, like
With
on
a
his butt.
thud.
With a
I
thud.
love it.
And then we were discovered.
I have a
Long
response.
story.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I want to know. I want to know if Octavia like shows any concern about this or not.
She jumps back about 10 feet. Like just
One
straight
wing beat?
back. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Just like as soon as the butt hits the ground, wings out, flap, back 10 feet.
I like it, for the record.
Carry on.
Continue.
We were discovered in our infiltration by the Lady Marzook and her children, which turned out to be Strigoi vampires. We, gesturing to myself and Diggy, we fought them, hence why we're in this particular condition.
Hence the
And-
oozing.
We were able to dispatch of 2 of them. But in terms of the vulture, we were able to find some proof that the vulture was responsible for the disappearance of the many slaves that have been rumored to be associated with that name, and that Marzook was the one acquiring them. We are unsure where the 3rd child is, and we have also received some inkling that there may be a father figure in
Do you remember the
picture,
name that was
because-
spoken?
Daddy?
No. Oh,
Did we get a specific name?
I don't think we did.
oh,
I don't think we did.
I think it was only ever referred to
Yeah.
as Daddy.
Yeah, that's all we got. We didn't get anything else.
I gave you
Thought
more.
Vegas
I
all
gave you
episodes
more.
had Daddy issues.
No,
Give me
you
a
didn't.
recall. Yeah, when you
I'll
were-
double check, but I'm pretty sure
go to
you
the
didn't.
tape. Go to the tape.
That's
Um,
what I planned on doing.
When you were first interacting with Marzook, she said a name under her breath.
Oh. Bridge
Do you-
doesn't remember anything.
Do you want me to
either.
remind? Do you want me to remind you, or just
Okay.
let it go?
Okay. I
Oh, yeah.
remember her talking, like saying a name. I don't remember what it was, but I'm now making the connection that those two are probably the same person. So there was a lot of scotch involved last time. So
Exactly. Exactly.
There was a lot of
This
ones
heavy-
rolled.
heavy
Everyone,
drinking and
yeah,
bad rolls.
all 3 of you,
involved
all
in this
3 of
episode.
you, give me a straight D20 roll.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll.
An
Um,
actual D20.
For those of you in the chat, this one goes out to Matt. This was a wedding present from him. So if it rolls poorly, I blame him. Just kidding.
7 to
Well,
4.
that was a 7.
Wow, all of you rolled less than 10. You all don't remember that name.
Great. Anyway, just to finish the story for
Lord
Preston,
something, I think, but I don't remember what.
we did determine that the Lady Marzook herself is not a vampire.
Not a vampire.
So,
She drops to
Definitely.
a silver coin pretty quickly, though.
well, yeah.
Right, but it was to her face, though. Like,
At-
I mean, who's not going to drop to a coin to the face?
At
Like, I don't
high
care what it's
velocity.
made of.
Die to a coin to the face?
Yeah. Aren't you going to die to a coin to the face?
If I
When
threw a
it's shot
coin
out
at your
of a
face right
telekinetic
now,
Cannon.
Just depends how
Right.
fast it's going.
1d6
Just
damage.
depend how fast it's going.
1d6 damage.
Preston is now standing there while the three of us argue amongst
Oh
ourselves.
no!
Yeah.
This is happening in player argument, not character argument. Octavia still has not said a thing.
Fair.
As far as any of the new people are concerned, she cannot speak.
But she can fly.
All right.
She can fly.
But this is the extent of our knowledge of the situation. We consider that to be a complete assignment.
Preston's got
We
like
found what he wanted.
one hand, just one protective hand back kind of on Jeremy's side, shoulder, whatever, and it turns back to you and says, and no indication of what all the dead bodies were for? Like they just bought
Food.
them all to just food, nothing else?
Right. I mean, it seems to be the consensus, yeah. At least when it comes to the man that I work for, they bought his slaves just to eat them.
Yes, and
They
that
ate
was
well.
what we were to find out for the Overlord as well, where all these slaves were going. There was no indication from what we saw that they were being used for anything else. They were apparently drained and left in this sort of very, very creepy storage room.
I love that the chat is having discussion about the aerodynamics of a coin. It's fantastic.
Well, look, you
Well, here's the thing, it's
clearly
very
need
thin,
help.
though.
Depends on if it's spinning or not,
Yeah.
and on which axis. Look, you clearly need medical help. I mean, we shouldn't be standing here in this dirty alley while Biggie bleeds. I don't know why you haven't spoken up, man. But what are
Who,
you
me?
doing? Okay, yes, we can walk.
Where
we can
am I
just
gonna
walk
go?
and talk.
Everywhere I go here, they treat me like I'm filth.
Well, his boss is also implicated in this entire situation.
That's very, very true.
So, I gave you a relatively straightforward explanation of the vulture part of this thing. It does spiral out to be fairly complicated for us.
Look, I don't want to get involved with whatever you're doing here. But I do need to find the prelate. Is that what you're doing here?
Personally,
Is that what we're
yes.
doing here?
Well, and actually, Diggy, I don't think we've discussed this, but yes, that is why I'm here in...
That's
Yeah.
why one of us is here.
Yeah, that's why just
it would
Carlin's
be two
here.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
That's
be
the
two of us,
only-
but the other one disappeared.
That's the only reason that I'm in Zelamon Takesh. So that is my ultimate goal. So far, I haven't
Maybe-
had a ton of success with that.
Maybe I should alter that question. Can I go back and instead ask, what are you doing next?
Getting
Well, I'd
patched
like
up
to
and
go
getting
home.
some sleep.
Immediately.
So just chipping in as the GM here. You have a couple options of where to go right now. One is to go talk to Hamish about what's going on with him and the vulture, and one is to go to the leader of the Shackles, the leader of this district of the city, and give him this information and see where he
Do
goes.
we know the name of that man?
You do not. No one said that to you yet.
I think we probably want to go to him first.
Is there any way I would have found that out when I was searching for my hammer? Like in my research?
Diggy should probably know that just for having lived here for so long.
Yeah, give me a society check.
Oh, goddamn. This is just a D20. Here we go.
Straight D20.
5.
I feel like it should be a lore skill that he's trained in. Lore Zalaman Takesh that he's trained in.
You know, if I
'cause
was-
he's,
if
I
I
mean,
was-
he's lived here, right?
If I was better at the rules, that would probably be a setup in his character sheet, but it's not.
It's not. I don't have that lore. I know alcohol.
Right, but like this was something that like I don't know.
You don't. You just. He's often referred to.
You rolled a 5.
Right.
He's
But even
often
then-
just. You've never heard a name. You just know there's an individual who's the leader of the district of Zalaman Takesh. He is a Torok anointed, which is a very large half infernal dwarf, half bull creature, kind of a centaur, but with dwarves and bulls. And he's either referred to as the leader or the Great Shackler, but you don't know a name.
Right.
Well, our next step is probably to go speak with the leader of this district and provide him with this information.
Well, actually, no, one other thing, Diggy, you did hear him one time referred to as the Great Cleaner also. Like a
The
person,
Great Cleaner.
a person who cleans, a cleaner, yeah.
Now, would I know that cleaner could also mean slang for, like,
No.
taking care of people?
No.
Okay.
So that's probably actually might be our first task before even resting. Because, fun fact, Diggy's boss is the one who owns the inn that we're staying at. And we can't really go back there without giving him some sort of information about why Diggy's bleeding and what we've been doing.
He might be curious.
And he might be curious, and he's definitely a bad guy, so to speak.
By association, at least.
I mean, he's kind of a piece of shit all the way around.
Right.
Really.
I mean,
Like-
he's selling people. Like, that's just
Right.
not good.
He's
he's
a piece of shit.
Any way you slice it.
right.
So,
All right, so
out of character, do we want to do that? Can anybody think of any other way that we can try
I mean,
and
yeah,
patch
like
ourselves up?
That's
We could
that's
stay with
probably
The urchins.
that's
Right.
probably the best call right now. Like, even I would even say, like, we go do that, and then we stay with the urchins. Like, I'm not even entirely sure going back to the inn is a good call.
No,
this point.
because
Really not.
yeah, like whatever we just did is probably going to get traced back to there.
Yeah. Anyway,
And back into character, assuming Diggy and I have been kind of having this conversation. Well, I'm not sure that he's going to be in charge of the inn for much longer. One. And
Right.
further wrinkle, after we get some sleep, I have to bake a cake today. Sounds weird. I'll explain
does.
later. But
what time is it? You said it was early morning?
It's very
Just-
early morning.
just after sunrise.
Okay. So, assuming
was
we
this-
sleep for 8 hours,
Still the same day.
you may
time.
want to bake the cake beforehand.
Well, fun fact, one of the reasons that particularly Carlin and player Rob wants to sleep is that if I sleep, I can swap my spells to conjure food and enhance victuals, so I can
Got it,
magically
okay.
make a cake
No,
and magically make
okay.
it delicious.
Okay, I
can
forgot
make
about
it magically delicious.
I forgot about that part of the plan. You're absolutely right.
Magically delicious.
Yes. Resting first is good.
Lucky Charms.
I forgot you were gonna magically make the cake. And
Magic cake.
Magic
Okay.
cake.
All right, so where to?
The leader of this area, I guess. I think that was the consensus, right?
So, all of those details, Mr. Thimble, would you care to accompany us and your very tall friend?
I'm going to say yes, although I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
But I want
Just-
to say
no.
no.
Yeah, I'm coming along, but I do think we might be a little.
My mind's telling me
Visible. Would you give
But my
us?
body.
Would you give us a moment? And Preston kind of, would you give us a moment? He goes over to Jeremy. They walk away a little bit, and there's a little scene that I do want to show to you, where like they're kind of he's talking to Jeremy, and Jeremy's there and emoting with him, and then like he gestures down. So Jeremy the bear leans down, and they kind of press foreheads and so on, and stay there for a second while Preston's murmuring something that you can't quite hear. And then the whole fucking bear dissolves into a rainbow cloud and stuffs itself in his backpack. And
Octavia's
he-
response.
Octavia shits herself. Just-
no, no,
So,
no.
so
But,
Diggy,
like,
Diggy's been very
Okay.
nonplussed with a lot of things that should have shocked him,
Yeah,
and that
that gets you.
so okay,
that finally fucking gets him.
okay. So you know those YouTube videos of the goats that fall over from the fainting
Like
goats?
you just go fully rigid.
That is exactly what happens. Octavius sees this shit, just straight-legged, falls over. Possibly even because I imagine the urchin is still.
yeah, he's still like
that one kid. Yeah.
he's surprised also, and he kind of tumbles.
So
And then he falls
like,
off a horse.
like
You
I
fall
know, well,
over,
so,
and
like, I think-
you pull him over too.
Like, well, no, like the question is, which direction do I fall? Do I fall on him? Because he's got his arm like around me, right? Do I fall on him or do I fall the other way?
Roll a d20.
How about I roll a d2?
Yes.
All right.
I'll be right
So
What is
that will be I fall on the kid.
Yeah.
This is just one side of the coin. So if that comes up, I fall on the urchin.
Okay.
I fall on the urchin.
So just both of you, bright-eyed, big-eyed shock at like seeing this. You kind of lose your balance a little bit and tumble to your left, which is, and you, both of you just fall over almost to hitting the floor, just still completely staring at what you just saw. And it's like you squash this kid and you hear me like, now see here, that's really hurt.
And Preston's immediately like jogging that way to try and like,
There's no
lift and
response.
help.
There's no response from Octavia. She's just like it's like the full on like just straight up paralysis.
Is I have to pry the kid out from under you,
Just about, yeah.
try and figure out if he's
Like
alright,
because
try and figure out if you're
the way
alright.
it works is like they
Muscle
go
rigidity.
rigid.
Yeah.
And it actually
Muscle
like
pose.
it lifts them up in the air like a couple of inches.
Yeah.
Just boink.
So like, and it's like Octavia like basically jumped up a couple of inches and then fell over to the left on the kid.
All right. You squish the urchin. And you just no response. Like Preston helps the
just
kid
like
out.
it's like completely like just-
brushes his head off, brushes off his shoulder of dirt, and then kind of
and like
and Preston's like
Octavia-
on your way, little kid. And Octavia, you're still
Octavia's just like
still on the ground, like where do I put my hooves? I don't know what this is crazy.
no, well, like it's no, like it's just like there's no like I imagine like eyes fully dilated, like there's there's nothing there. Like she's
Just
just
broke your
completely
brain.
gone. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, Carlin, Diggy, and Preston, I'm assuming you head toward the ziggurat of the shackles. Octavia, do you want to snap out of it or just stay there?
Well, I would imagine that somebody would try to like help.
I'm like,
I don't know what they could
now what
do.
do I do with this horse?
Like
Can I do like a medicine check?
I don't know what the end
If you know
result
how, I
is.
don't.
Like, I don't know how long this typically lasts. Like, they never show that in the stupid videos.
Yeah,
They
Carlin,
never
Carlin,
show.
give me a
Dozens
medicine
of
check. Give me a
seconds.
medicine check.
Like 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Like, if it's just like seconds, then like I'll eventually like just.
You understand, Carlin, to snap someone who is experiencing this level of shock is a large blunt force to the body or a large spike in pain is the only thing that will trigger a natural flight response and snap them out of it.
Or you can wait.
Or you can
Out
wait.
of character. Out of character. This does not end well for you.
Yeah, and I think maybe Carlin knows that. I know how many knives you have.
You assume you know how many knives I
Right.
have.
Well, let's put it this way.
I know you have knives.
an indeterminate
number of them.
a number
yes.
of knives that I am unsure of, which is more than I'm comfortable with.
Undertale
Yes.
flashbacks though.
Um,
all right,
I've got
so-
knives.
How
few-
about this?
I'm
My
out of
boots are
knives.
still covered in shit. I'm just gonna stick one of my feet kind of by Octavia's
Some smelling
nose.
salts.
Oh,
Love it.
like
Smelling
a poor
salts,
man's
yeah.
smelling salt. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
and then I'm gonna pull my foot back for, before it
Oh.
actually fully takes effect, if it works. Hoping that I don't get stabbed.
So I would like to roll for that or
Yeah,
flip
give
for
me
that.
give me a will saving throw.
Oh, will saving throw. Okay. Okay. Plus no.
All right.
14.
The rancid smell of the multi-racial excrement on the bottom of your shoes really just goes right to that one sensor in the brain that shocks you awake.
Okay. How offensive do I find this?
You find it offensive.
With the with the understanding that like I expressly like flew my way through the sewers to not get this shit on me.
It's offensive. It is offensive enough to wake you up from whatever state you were in before.
Okay. Carlin is about to find out exactly how many knives Octavia has on her. So I immediately like jolt awake and am like on all fours, attack stance kind of thing, wings splayed out, short sword in my mouth because I haven't gotten, because I don't remember that I've got that new dagger. And there are 6 total throwing knives you can see protruding on my wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like looking around for like what
Yeah, so you're-
happened because I don't remember the last like 30 seconds.
Which is why I pulled my foot back before it fully
And
took effect.
Carlin scuttles away, but give it 5-10 seconds, you start to come back to earth a little bit.
I don't scuttle away. I'm standing there next to Octavia, over Octavia, and oh good, you're up. Let's go.
You get a glare. Like there's a sword in my mouth. You get a glare of like you don't know what, because I don't know what.
Fair. If you're
All right.
ready,
But-
let's move on.
I'm still like heckles raised like a cat. Like if a horse's tail could get bushy like that, like mine absolutely would be. But I don't think it does. It can. But
Oh,
I
it doesn't
imagine
move.
the
Like I think you can control where it's sitting.
Well,
on its
yeah,
back.
Angle-wise, sure.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Like I mean it's definitely like whipping around like far more than usual. I mean, being a rogue, I'm usually pretty reserved in that regard because like excess movement just causes problems, but right now it's just where's the enemy? Who do I need to attack? I got
I must kill that smell.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
But after like realizing that there's nobody that needs, because it's literally just the four of us in this alley at this point. The kid's even like gone away.
Yeah.
So like there's nobody around. So I'm like I start like slowly putting things away. I mean, technically the throwing knives never get put away, but like
Yeah.
they get more concealed between the
Sheathing
folders.
the sword,
For sure.
Yeah,
wings come
sheathing
down.
the sword. Yeah.
There you go.
And
you,
then I'm gonna turn to Carlin and it'll be like, what happened to the 7-foot tall bear? And that's
Oi.
the first
Is that-
thing that has actually been said
in a while.
by Octavia
In a while.
the entire time that we've been outside of the sewers.
Is it loud enough for Preston to hear?
Oh yeah, no, this is a general question to, like, I turn to Carlin, but
Right.
it's a general question to everybody.
Preston blinks at that and then says, "Oh, he's still here. Jeremy's right here." He turns and you can see that on his backpack, strapped to the side of his backpack, he has a regular-sized teddy bear with same color, same button eyes.
Does the teddy bear wave an arm at us?
No.
Oh.
The bear is inanimate right now. Is that
Yes.
Yes.
an accurate assessment?
That bear strapped to my backpack right now is currently inanimate.
Another head tilt.
Cue the walk with Octavia just kind of muttering to herself the entire
Well,
time.
no,
How
like-
the fuck did? How
No,
does
no.
that work?
No. There's no
Motherfucker.
muttering. There's no muttering. It's just
Head tilt.
Octavia is behind Preston, staring at the bear the entire time.
That bear is mounted directly on the back, facing backwards.
Yep.
It has no visible gaze with which to return yours or lock eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I fully understood, but
Keep
right
an eye on it.
right on it, because
If it moves, we'll know.
what? How is
All
that
right.
doing that?
So it is a short walk to the ziggurat in the shackles. As you approach, there's more, when the road you were on was the alley you were in originally was sparsely populated, obviously. The more you get closer to the ziggurat, the more people, the more throng of merchants and a few infernal dwarves and masses of other races being herded into the area starts to grow until it's a throng of people, and you get to the point where you're at the courtyard in front of this ziggurat. It's not quite as big as the main ziggurat, but still the same. And in this area you guys realize this is the main auction, the main slave auction area in the entire city. There are numerous individuals being auctioned in like rows. There's a stage right in front of the ziggurat. There's numerous infernal dwarves on there, and there's one ginormous, you know those horses, the Clydesdale horses that are like a regular person's
draft.
head, like maybe meets their back, like the giant horses. This is a bull. This is a Torok anointed with a bull's body, slightly bigger than that, and then the upper half of an infernal dwarf that's just ripped, just huge bulging muscles, completely bald head, and a giant waxed and formed beard into black curls coming out in front of it, and he's standing there with his arms crossed in front of him. And he's wearing
horns?
No horns, no.
Horns.
On the bull, the bull part of his body, there's a harness, like a leather harness, metal and leather harness that's wrapped around that part of his body. And coming from this harness are multiple chains attached to naked women, human women. And they're standing at the side.
That was one hell of a thing.
I know, you
referring
came
to.
right in at the wrong spot. I'm describing basically the leader of the shackles. He's a giant Torok anointed, bald head, huge beard, ginormous, he's huge. Like the back of the bull part of his body is way above a human's head. And he has this harness around the bull part of his body that's attached to naked, completely naked women, human women. And they are basically like with these, with look like white rags or white cloths. They're like cleaning and like wiping down the side of his body.
Is this like a slave Leia type of
I
scenario?
was picturing Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
So
Right? Okay. As long as somebody else is on the same page as me.
And
I guess
I
my
have-
next question is, how long are the chains? Like, are they long enough that they can be like walking beside him and dragging on the ground, or do they have to be very close to him all the time?
they're roughly a 5-foot chain, so they can go 5 feet away, but that's as far as they can get away.
I have a table question. I have an entirely meta group question. Does this table use lines and veils? Does this table use the X card? Any of those?
We have not
I have
discussed
no
that.
idea what those are.
So let me
know.
as the GM, let me talk about that. You make a very good point, and if you feel you want to raise that
I'm tempted
card,
to veil this, and I wanna ask about it.
sure, no. Lines and veils are areas and topics that you find troubling, that you find offensive, any of that realm. And if you want to raise that card,
Anything you would rather not be a part of the game, really, for one reason or another.
you can definitely do that, and you can raise that by letting me know visually by holding your hands in an X on your screen, or just raising your voice and saying that, and I'll take it out of the game. This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm venturing into hard kind of territories. I understand that. If you feel that's something you don't want in the game, it's gone.
Let me go real quickly, a little further into depth, because there's 3 different things here. One is the X card, and the X card is amazing. I think every table should absolutely use it. And like Kenny says, if you do this, or if you say no, X card, all you need to say is X card, or if you're at a physical table, you throw the card on the table. The group stops. Whatever happened didn't just happen. We're not doing that in this game anymore. Anybody can say that, so that's really important to know. And then lines and veils are like, here's a topic that's maybe potentially sensitive. Line is, I don't want that to be a part of the game. Let's not do that. Let's just block it out. We don't do that at all. The veil is the softer version of that. Is like, I acknowledge, okay, this is a topic, and that's what I'm addressing here. This is a topic that I understand. It's important to the world building, and I know why you said I don't want to take it out, but I do just kind of want to hand wave it away. Like, okay, we established that this guy is a slaver, he's got naked women, that's a whole thing. Let's just not make a big deal of that and concentrate on other parts of the game.
Fair enough. I really agree. Thank you actually for bringing that up. We have not discussed it as a group, and we should have, to be honest. I hear ya. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So you see the sage, and he's there, and he's presiding over all this. He's standing there looking over all of it. And there's multiple other infernal dwarfs, you know, auctioneering. And it's a great marketplace, a large marketplace. What would you guys like to do?
So is this individual actually like involved in the process, or is he just kind of standing there,
Just standing there.
overseeing?
Oh, and that was the
whole
last thing I said. He's not even standing. He's kind of like sitting in a saddle, like in a little stool that would be underneath the belly of the bull part of the body, and is like sitting on it like a stool.
Okay, so this is absolutely Jabba the Hutt. Anyway,
How far away are we from this, and from any of the other like auctions that are going on?
You're in that courtyard, in the edge of that courtyard.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the rope out of my bag, nudge Carlin, and say, tie this to my collar and hold on to it. I don't trust anything that's going on here. And I want to make it very clear that I am not free.
for sure.
Oh
Okay.
shit! Yeah, you still have that fucking collar on.
Well, look,
Yeah.
if you two need to go and talk to this fellow, I could hold the rope for your friend here. I won't do anything, I promise. Don't have any interest in dragging you around, but just kind of, we'll stay in the back and be quiet, shall we?
I would be amenable to that, mostly because I want to keep an eye on this bear. I
Sure.
want to know what the hell's going
And
on
I
with that.
don't want to talk to him. I'd rather hang out with you.
Fair enough. Iggy and I will do our best to take care of this business. All I ask is that you keep an eye on us while it's happening, and if anything goes badly, feel free to assist.
Tie the knot loose so that I can just bolt if necessary, but it looks legitimate.
I think I can manage that. By the way, I am a professional tailor, so we're good.
Probably can manage that quite well.
Very convincing.
Better than
looking,
I
not
could, at
all-
least.
Not at all useful knot. Yeah, it'll fall apart the moment you tug on it.
So,
Okay.
as you're
so
sitting
Diggy and I
there,
will go.
so wait, where are you, Diggy, going?
Diggy's gonna take one of his flasks out and drink from it.
We're going to talk to the big guy.
Oh, you're going. Okay. As you're heading to the stage, there is one infernal dwarf steps to the front of the stage and brings up a bell above his head. He says, "I'd like to begin business for the day. Trade is now open. Will be presided over by the great and powerful, the great shackler, the great cleaner, Charmin Ultra."
1d4
You did-
psychic damage, all your bonuses.
Yeah, you did not.
Are we just gonna roll a d4 now, and take that psychic damage, or what?
Yeah, like
I'm
that
Because
was...
I feel physical pain currently.
Yeah. Jesus.
you.
I thought that was a good
Outdone
name.
yourself.
I thought that was a great name. Don't give me a hard time. Charmin Ultra is the leader of the Shackles.
I mean,
Yeah.
You're not wrong, particularly
No,
for
great
somebody
name. I
named
just expected
the
it to be
Cleaner.
like Jeremy's nickname or something.
There should be some form of damage associated with hearing that for the first time.
Oh, we've already all taken
Agreed.
it, whether we wanted to or not.
And with that,
I need.
multiple other kind of, think of like the stock exchange, like traders running around the floor with paperwork and tallies, and they start jumping off the stage and going into the groups of people and just a mass commotion. But Charmin Ultra remains seated, presiding over the marketplace.
Okay.
Every
we
time I
will-
hear that, it's just gonna. That's another point. This is an ongoing.
persistent damage.
Yeah.
This is a
Pathfinder
great
has
name.
rules
This is a
for
great
this.
name.
You keep insisting on
No,
that.
no.
No,
I-
it
no,
is.
no.
It sounds
It
good.
is.
To be
In the
perfectly
vacuum.
honest,
In a
the
vacuum.
fact that I feel like I need to take physical damage for this name means it is it's amazing name.
Yes, it is
It's
a perfect name for this character, and honestly, Laheim.
Kenyon, I don't know if you're familiar with Paranoia yet, but I just got my book for the new edition. I need to show you because I think you'd be a hell of a Paranoia GM.
Really? I'd love to hear about
That
it.
is absolutely true.
The goal of Paranoia for the GM is to deal as much possible psychic damage to your friends sitting at the table with you as you can, by pitting them against each other, giving them contradictory information, fucking with their psyche, and killing them repeatedly because they get clones.
Yeah.
Can we
6
get some
clones?
F's in chat for my scotch?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
has now
Actually,
Oh no, you
when-
broke the cork.
because
the cork broke.
Oh no.
Oh, brutal.
oh, you have knives.
I
Right.
do.
Do you have
I
a
can,
do you have
I can
a
get it out.
do you have a
but-
wine bottle opener?
Be
Or
careful.
a corkscrew.
I
Yeah,
have
corkscrew.
knives.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have a
have
corkscrew?
knives.
Okay. Well,
Please
also
be
have-
careful.
The end of the
I also
Get
have lots
two of them that are very slender.
So, back to where we were. Charmin Ultra presides over the marketplace. Carlin and Diggy were approaching him, and then Octavia and Preston were staying back. Is that what's happening?
Correct.
Yeah.
As you approach the stage, Infernal Dwarfs stop you before you get onto the stage. There says, "What business do you have with Charmin?"
News to report in the shackles.
We have some shit to talk about. We must speak with the Great Shackler about
The Great Cleaner.
the Vulture.
Oh, I like that. Diplomacy. Give me a diplomacy check, or occultism, or performance.
Okay.
Can I aid in any way?
Yeah, +2 for
By
Diggy being
using
there.
the aid.
Just a +2 from Diggy.
Fabulous.
Oh,
Oh no.
oof. You have the reroll if you want to
Is
use
that
it.
Rank.
Too early for her.
I'm gonna use. We're getting
Yeah.
on in this session. I am going to use my reroll. I'm supposed to be good at diplomacy.
Right? There we go.
That's a total of 18 plus 2 is 20.
I'll be right back.
Back. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. He says, "The vulture. You speak of the vulture." He whispers,
Yes,
and he whispers to
we
the other,
speak of
his
the
other
vulture.
infernal dwarf. And the other one runs over and whispers in the ear of Charmin Ultra, and he says, and Charmin has been motionless in this entire time, and you see him after the whisper in the ear, his head jerks, snaps, and looks at the two of you. And you see him raise up, and you hear the boards of the stage creak under his weight. And he wakes up and he walks over to you. Clop, 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 clop. He says, "You speak of the vulture. Tell me the truth. Tell me what you tell me what you brought."
Well, Great Cleaner, I have information as to the identity of the Vulture. I don't know if you wish to speak of this here or somewhere else, but I have information and some proof as to the identity of this individual.
Yes, this is my marketplace. Present your evidence.
Okay. I have this for you, which was found on the property of Lady Marzook, and I produced the ledger that we found and handed over.
I'm sorry. Warrior Womp in the chat. Darman Ultra's lieutenant, Bounty Paper Towel. That's in. The guy who went over Whisper's ear, his name's Bounty.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should just be bounty, not bounty paper towels, but
Right.
yeah, all right.
But anyway, you present him with the ledger. You name the name Lady Marzook. And as you say that, you hear a gasp from the crowd that was next to you, that was listening in. You guys are on the stage, so like you're center of attention of hundreds of people. There's a gasp from the crowd. Lady Marzook, she's an honored member of the Infernal Dwarf family. How dare you accuse her?
It's not accusations when you hear it from her mouth.
So, at this point, this is basically turned into a courtroom. And I
I'm the
need
worst fucking person for this.
I need Carlin to give me your best argument. It's not, the evidence is part of this, but mainly it's about tapping into the emotions of the crowd.
Oh yes, please, Carlin.
Oh boy.
May we sidebar for a minute before he addresses Your Honor?
Charmin Ultra says, yes, I'll allow it.
And then we step to the side for a minute.
Diggy, what do I do?
Right. So, like, okay, here you go, buddy. All right. He's gonna like put his like grab. Now, you're a human, right?
Yes.
How tall are you?
6 feet.
Cool. So he's like, all right. Okay, buddy. You can do this. It's just, you're a cleric. This is just part of the preaching process. Now, imagine you're about to face the hordes of your enemy, and it's time to inspire the men to come out and go after you. And now this is your time. It's time to get out there. It's time to tell them how it is. It's time to let them know.
Can I hear this?
Let's so you get that wonderful pep talk, which we're back over to Preston and Octavia. You see them. This is from the other side of the courtyard, basically. So you see them. There's some discussion going on, and then you see Charmin Ultra say what he said. Kind of the whole courtyard points its attention at what's happening on the stage, and it becomes very much a theater moment where everyone is looking at the stage.
Oh, your friends are gonna get us all killed. I'm sorry I haven't got your name yet, but we're gonna need to... Could you come with me? I don't want to pull on this string, but can we go that way, please?
Wouldn't be the first time, and yeah, I'll follow.
I have some issues with that statement. So we're walking across. If nothing else, to get into guidance range, but...
I do
also
have my own guidance.
Yeah, that's good. Also, my diplomacy is a lot better than yours.
Okay, give me...
So we'll see.
Are you... Okay, I have a question. You're heading closer to Diggy and Carlin.
Yes.
Are you trying to... Like, this is a... Everyone's looking at everyone right now. Are you trying to, like, not draw attention to yourself? Like, are you stealthing in some sort of sense? Or not?
No. I'm quite comfortable being the center of attention for a moment or two.
Can I make a stealth check?
Yeah, you're just a horse. Don't worry about her.
A
Horse with
I'm a
visible
horse
wings.
with wings, wearing armor.
Wearing and knives, but you can't see those right now.
I mean, I have a sword and a rapier and a dagger and another dagger that are
And
visible.
those are the ones that you can see.
And then
Those
another
are the
dagger.
ones you can see.
And then another dagger.
Oh no, it's just 2 daggers, a short sword, a rapier, and then 6 throwing knives concealed in my wings.
3 in each wing.
3 in each wing.
Give me that stealth check.
Maybe you'll get to see the massacre that was my my cork from my Scott.
The remains.
Oh no, it's just out of view.
It worked though, right? We need at least one success story on this
Right.
episode.
So I did get it out, but there is some debris that I'm working on extracting at this point.
Decant it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you've got like a
I'm just pouring it into another glass
Yeah.
and using tweezers to pull it out.
That makes
They're
sense.
big chunks. It's nothing too bad. Actually look at what okay. So plus 12.
holy shit.
Yeah. I'm an expert in stealth and
Right? Fucking expertise, right?
that's a 31.
Ooh, 30.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's a 31. So what I like to think
Just the horse.
happened
horse.
here
Just
is
a
that
horse.
no. So you know those fake leashes for invisible dogs
Yeah. With like the
Yeah.
wire.
with the wire? That's what I like to think people see. Like they see the rope, but then it just disappears and connects to nothing. Also, Diggy, can we get a good look at your pipe there? It's that's magnificent.
A nice piece of work.
Thank you very much. It's soapstone.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so Preston, you start heading toward the stage, and you see Charmin turn his head slowly and eye you. Octavia,
Okay.
you move through the crowd with extreme deftness, and you swear for a split second, Charmin looks at you. But he says nothing.
I freeze for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then the way I imagine it is that like I'm kind of being hyper aware of like everything that's going on, and like I get the like I see his eyes kind of pass over where I am and stop, and then he keeps moving, and like during the entire time that he's looking where I should be, I'm frozen. And I'm just staring right back at him. And then he moves on and I continue moving. And like the whole time, like Preston's still walking, so the rope kind of gets less and less slack
And
during the brief seconds.
as this happens and he stops, and he kind of, maybe he's looking at you, maybe he isn't, and then he moves on. You're like hiding in a group of infernal dwarves in the crowd. All of a sudden, the infernal dwarf that's standing behind you goes, You're the Pegasus that stayed in my inn, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
I didn't notice Hamish as we were walking.
You did not.
Okay, Okay.
And then without nope, not
well,
yet.
so-
We're gonna jump to Carlin, and it's time for your speech, Carlin.
I
Oh,
wanted
no.
to.
Can I have given Carlin the aid action by giving him that
Yes.
prep speech?
You definitely so give me the actual speech. It doesn't have to be long, just give me a sentence or two, but then give me a performance check with +2 from Diggy.
And it has to be performance. Can't be diplomacy.
Yeah, I'll give you diplomacy.
Okay, good. Well, noble and feral dwarves gathered today in the courtyard, and
I'll be back.
Your Eminence, the great Charmin Ultra.
This makes me so happy.
Never gonna not be funny.
I was personally tasked by the overlord of this city to investigate the phenomenon of the vulture.
Gasp from the
In my
crowd.
investigations, I was led to believe that the Lady Marzook was in some way connected with this name. Upon detailed and thorough investigation, it was clear to me and my companions that a more thorough investigation of the lady's property would need to be conducted. Sparing the details of an investigation such as this, found on her property were the bodies of many of the missing slaves that have disappeared from the city over, quickly out of character, how long has this phenomenon been going on? The vulture disappearances?
A long time, years.
The bodies of many of the slaves who had gone missing over recent years that had been associated with the name of the vulture in hushed tones. Pause for effect.
Does he actually say that though, or
Under
does he
his
remember
breath.
that that's
You
part of
can't-
this?
You can't hear it, but
He
he, does
whispers
say
to-
it under the helmet.
Yeah.
On her property, I found the ledger that I have provided to the great shackler, the great cleaner, Charmin Ultra, which shows the purchase of many of these slaves, which have never been seen again. And I maintain, as an impartial investigator, as one not involved in the politics of Zelamantakesh and the Infernal Dwarves, as a man of God, man of Suna, and a man of the Empire of Sonistal, that the estate of Marzook is the final resting place of all the disappeared slaves, and that the Lady Marzook herself is indeed the vulture. I present this evidence to you, the people, and to the great cleaner, Charmin Ultra, and his bodyguard, Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Oh boy. You hear from the crowd a random voice you can't see where it's coming from. It says, my crop was taken 2 days ago and bought from the super cheap, and taken by the vulture. Is my crop in that ledger?
Great Shaman Ultra, if you might allow me to look at the ledger, or if you would care to look yourself.
You may proceed.
I look at the ledger.
It is there.
Is it on there?
It is there.
Yes. 2 days ago, but 2 days ago, shows an entry on this ledger, the purchase of such and such number of slaves.
As you say, this out and raise the ledger up to the crowd, it's a big shock and awe, and then a voice from the back of the crowd comes again. I object. And a big bubble opens in the crowd, and standing in the middle is Lady Marzook.
We let her live. We shouldn't have let her live.
And she walks slowly to the stage, and now she raises herself up onto the edge of the stage, and is on one end it is Carlin, on one end it is Lady Marzook, and in the center is Shaman Ultra. And Lady Marzook says, "This is ridiculous. This interloper, this foreigner has come into our country and fabricated this evidence. I won't stand for it. Charmin, you shouldn't stand for it. We cannot trust a Sonstalier." And you hear some voices in the crowd like, "Yeah, she's right." And I just need to give one little roll here. Hold on 1 second, please.
I have a quick question.
I also have a question, but you can
Yes.
go first.
My question is, would I know if my assisting in any way would be helpful or detrimental? Because personally, I feel like it's probably detrimental. But I don't know if Diggy knows that.
I don't know if I can answer that. You're the most eloquent person on the.
No, I'm not. Not really. No.
But it's up to you.
Right.
But now we're gonna jump back to Preston and Octavia. Preston, this is all happening around you. You were like, "Excuse me," and then just this all happened.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, Octavia, I think, had a question first.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is her child with her?
Hamish? Oh no.
No.
Marzook.
Marzook's
no,
child.
No.
Damn.
The sun is
That,
out. Her child is not there.
That really.
Let me throw in what Preston's going to do then, which is kind of stop where he is and say, damn it, he started talking already. Okay, hearing Kenyon, you mentioned that the crowd was sort of like, Lady Marzook says I won't stand for this and you shouldn't either, and she's gonna start a fight. And you said the crowd was doing a little bit of, like, who are these folks?
Yeah.
Twist the ring of ventriloquism. Cast ventriloquism, which I need to print here. How do I do this?
Oh, I love this. I love everything about this.
Okay, well, effects of a ventriloquism spell. Whenever you speak or make any other sound vocally, you can make it seem to originate from somewhere else within 60 feet. You can change the apparent location, and that's the disbelief roll. There is that DC 19 perception. But I want to do the counter to that, is like, hey, no, you saw the ledger. Yeah, that's right. She killed all those slaves. They found their bodies in the basement. Yeah.
Wonderful. You hear this, there's multiple
to influence
voices
the
saying this out. You hear other voices that you did not create saying like, what? Really? Oh, but no, you saw what? There's a ledger? Well, my crop's in there too. The vulture stole from me. I
have another question.
Mm-hmm.
She died during the battle.
But then was
from
healed.
a coin to the face.
But then
was healed. Yes. Does she look bad?
She does not.
Okay.
She does not have many HP, and that heal that came from Carlin put her back to full.
It was a pretty massive one. It was a pretty massive one. Okay. I just wanted to. Okay.
As you're still stealthing and you hear that voice from behind you, Octavia, Hamish leans down and he says, Are you with this group?
Okay. So what I wanted to do initially, while when he initially asked me if I was the Pegasus staying at his inn, is just play dumb, like I usually do. I'm not even gonna I don't even want to have my ears turned back to him.
Okay, so you try not to respond.
Noisy, yeah, it's a noisy area. I don't imagine that a normal equine would really have any reaction to that. Now, in this particular case, is he leaning directly into my ear?
No. But he might in the future.
Okay. Well, so for now, no response.
Okay.
As far as he's concerned, I'm not actually with Carlin or Diggy. I'm with a currently unknown. I'm gonna play dumb for now.
Okay, give me a second. Okay. And you're not moving, right?
I am moving in line with my lead.
Okay. So you're not.
I think I said I had stopped and I was fucking with my ring and doing the thing.
Yep. If that is what you were doing, then I have stopped.
As you're standing there, you haven't turned to face him. Directly in front of you, you see another ledger land in the dirt in front of you. And you hear Hamish's voice, and he says, if you want to really put her down, here's the real evidence.
I want to...
Hold on. I also, okay, if you want to do that, I want this to be, in perfect unison.
Lock in.
Both of us just kind of... I want it to be a very slow turn. Just a... Right? Just perfect unison. Both of us just do that.
And with that, he sees you turn to face him, and with that he says, I wish you luck. And he grabs the hand of his son, Harmon. Harmon says, come on, Dad, why are we leaving? I don't want to leave, Dad. Oh, this is so horrible. And he turns around and walks away with Harmon.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the book and say as I'm doing it, I don't know what you have going on with that guy, but he sounded pretty definite about this. I have lore mercantile.
That's perfect.
I'm gonna let you take the book. Like,
Yeah.
This is gonna take you at least a couple minutes to figure out, but give me a lore mercantile check.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to, as quickly as I can, figure out what's so interesting about this here book.
16.
It's a 16.
16's enough. Basically, these are the books behind the books. Basically, Hamish's company is a shell company, and who's really selling these slaves to the Vulture is Charmin Ultra.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
God damn.
But we're jumping back onto the stage. You've just been countered, Carlin. What are you gonna say?
Well, of course, the accused will deny the fact that they were involved. But, again, I, as an impartial investigator in this situation, have found the necessary evidence on the authority of the Overlord that the Lady Marzook is indeed the Vulture.
Okay. Can I want to jump in here real quick. So, question. Did you let me know what you found in this book that Hamish has now
I will
dropped in front of us?
Absolutely, but I think in the timeline of what we're doing right now, I haven't finished analyzing it yet.
Yeah.
We rolled back the 2 minutes
Okay.
or whatever it's going to take me, so we don't know yet.
Okay. As soon
yeah.
as that's done and as soon as I would know, I have an action.
Okay.
And
I'll
I
let you
want
know.
it to be in an interruption to whatever Carlin is saying.
Okay. Okay.
So
Why
I
don't
just
we
need to
roll?
ramble for a couple
Pretty
minutes.
I mean, yeah, like you don't
Carlin-
know that you need to ramble,
Carlin-
but I imagine you can successfully
I
ramble.
think I'm
for...
at that point regardless.
Give
so.
give me a diplomacy or a performance.
You're just going to keep talking and pray for death.
Yeah, well, all right. So a diplomacy with +3, 2 from the pep talk from Diggy, and
Yeah.
+1 for guidance from myself.
Nice. 20,
Great.
27.
It's 25. I added in the bonus.
Oh, you added in the +2. Still 25. Yeah, more voices from the crowd. Oh, that Marzook. I knew she was the one. She never seemed right to me. Those kids were horrible. She had some horrible kids. That one of them peed in my lawn. Just mumbling, grumbling. Yeah, she is the Vulture. We gotta
He
get
only
her.
came out at night too.
And the crowd is getting pretty raucous. At this point, Preston, you discern what's happening in the book.
Say, oh, son of a bitch. I think that big fella running the courtyard is really the one selling off the slaves and trying to... Yeah, they're in cahoots. Your friends are going to die.
Well, okay. So you remember what got us kind of into this mess in the beginning when we got here? How, like, I kind of broke away from the person who was leading me and threw something on the ground and a bunch of shit happened. Yeah, we're gonna do that again. So, as soon as you kind of relay this to me, I snatch the book out of your hands and immediately fly up and bolt towards Carlin.
A manifest Eidolon, I'm saying that now. It takes 3 full actions, but I want Jeremy back before the shit kicks off. Please continue.
I think we all want Jeremy here for this.
And so, like, I land
Okay.
right in front.
Before you land, hold on. Give me
Okay.
a Give me a second here. I need to do one thing. Let's see here. Okay. As you take off with the new ledger, the second ledger in your mouth, you
Can I slightly amend it? We're
Sure.
right at the beginning. Can I slightly amend it? Can I, before I leave, just have a note scribbled? Just kind of in
writing
the
a
front
note
of it.
in the split second. I don't know.
Not me, because I can't.
Oh, you're looking at me
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Like I just am like, Preston, can you just like quickly just say like, hey, this shows that he's behind it.
Okay, well, yeah, interact action to pull a piece of chalk out of my backpack and scrawl on the front of the ledger, like, look on page 27, line 6.
Subcategory,
And
subtext.
hand it back. Yeah, column G. Hand it back.
I mean, if it can't be done, it can't be done. Like,
No, we're good. We're good.
I'll just-
You're good.
okay.
Be done. It just takes an extra 6 seconds. Your friends might die. It is done. Go ahead.
Okay, and then I'll land. The action I want to take is land in front of Carlin, shove the book into his hands, and like, in this case, cover up with the note scrawled on it.
Wait, you jump up, fly in the air. Before you get to the stage, you feel that collar around your neck yank you, and you fly with an invisible force as the chain on the end of your neck lands in the hand of Charmin Ultra.
What chain? There was no chain. I just had a collar.
The collar with a little bit of chain attached to it. You did.
Mm.
Well, even if it didn't. No, let's forget the
Okay.
chain. The collar immediately magnetizes great, like just forces you straight to his hand. And you are
Okay.
being grappled by him.
Can I? So
And
this
everyone
is
is going to
happening,
roll
so-
initiative.
real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount of time from when I jump up to when he when I get to him, there's some period of time in there, and I imagine that I will realize what is happening before, like, I will realize that I'm not going where I intend to go
Mm-hmm.
before I get into his grasp. Can I take an action?
Give me a reflex saving throw.
I was kind of hoping you would say that. My reflex saving throw is plus 12.
Boom.
That's a 24.
24. Hold on one second. And his reflex. 24. You pass. Okay, yeah, you get an action.
Okay. I would like to throw the book at Carlin.
Give me an attack roll.
In all
dexterity
senses
attack
of the
roll.
word. Okay, so just add my dex modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ding.
Okay. I'm gonna use my hero point to reroll that because that's a 5,
Okay.
and I'm hopefully not gonna run into my scotch this time. Roll higher. I already rolled, but it wouldn't matter anyway because that would require 2 actions technically. And I think I'd have to make the same. Well, no, it'd be plus 8. It's fine. It's fine. We'll do it this way. This is more fun. I was gonna say that I could have used telekinetic projectile to fire the book at Carlin,
It's a little
dealing 1d6 damage, but it does take 2 actions, and that is a 15.
What is your AC, Carlin?
I mean, his AC is a 20, but I'm not actually trying to hit him. I just want to get it near him. Like, I'm throwing it at him, but with the idea that it will land near him.
Yeah, it's 20.
It's 20. I mean, I treat it like a natural, like, thrown weapon attack. It's not a hit.
Which I wasn't trying to do. But was I close enough to get it?
And you rolled an
To
11
him.
total?
11, it was 15 with my dex modifier.
15 with your dex. Okay, this lands at the edge of the stage. Approximately 5 to 6 feet away from Carlin. And you get sucked all the way to Charmin.
Well, I hope that Preston and Jeremy can sufficiently encourage Carlin to pick up the book before anybody else, because I don't imagine that I'm going to get much... I mean, I'm not going to be speaking.
I mean, I would have seen Octavia flying up out of the crowd and throwing something at me.
That was my hope, yes.
I assume.
Okay, so
We need to roll initiative.
yes, everything should be set up in Foundry. I'm just kind of setting up like a map here because I did not anticipate doing this.
There's no encounter available.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me activate. So just imagine this room as the stage. Peter, please uncheck your cursor thing on the bottom left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. I'm just gonna see where everyone is. Charmin Ultra is in the center of the stage here. Preston Thimble is way down here with Jeremy. Octavia just got pulled to Charmin Ultra. And then Diggy and Carlin are off to the right.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was stealthed, and I realized that he probably actually saw me, but
Mm-hmm.
I was stealthed. Can I roll stealth for my initiative?
Yes, you can.
I will forgo the Okay, I will forgo the bonuses for the stealth because I think the only enemy here is the person who likely saw me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But okay, okay, beautiful.
All right, and we are starting this. I'm gonna roll for. What's your roll, Octavia?
That's a 28.
28, pretty damn good.
Yeah, when I roll stealth for initiative, it's plus 14. I literally cannot roll less than a 15.
Jesus.
All right, Octavia, you
Yeah,
are.
I thought I did well with my 26.
All right. Oh, that's not the right one. There it is. Remember,
Octavia,
you can
you are
right-click
first.
on the little cross swords in the top to just bring up a encounter tracker that you can drag around. Okay, I am first.
Mm-hmm.
he has hold of me.
Yes, he has you grappled. So let me put that condition on you here.
Okay. Now,
Grabbed. There we go. Grabbed. That makes you off guard, and it makes you immobilized.
the it was the collar that dragged me
Mhm.
to him.
Yep, as if a magical force was pulling on the collar.
Do I get the sense that it really wouldn't matter if I broke free? He could just do it again? Or
You're unsure.
do I get this? Okay.
You're unsure.
Well, I guess the first thing I'm going to try to do is break free.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
That seems sensible. Isn't it athletics or acrobatics?
Yes, it's either one.
Okay, good, because I would much rather do acrobatic. My athletics is high, but that's a 23.
And the DC is going to be my base athletics, I think, to hold on to you. So that is a fail.
Okay. Let me look at something here.
What's next?
I can attack him then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it was one action to attempt to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Then I am going to use another action to attempt to stab him with my new dagger.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
So that is going to be... Oh, it's a +1. That's right. Okay.
Oof, that's not going to do it.
That's a 17.
Last action. What do you want to do?
Can I feel shame as a free action?
Yes, you
Always.
can. You always can.
Oh, all right. That is what I would like to do first, and then I would like to use my last action to cast shield.
Okay. So that means you're +2 to your armor?
Wait.
Your AC?
Well, it's... So, here, you raise a magical shield of force. This counts as using the raise shield action, giving you a +1 circumstance bonus to AC until the start of my next turn, but it doesn't require a hand to use. While the spell's in effect, you can use the shield block reaction with your magical shield. The shield has a hardness of 5. After you shield block, the spell ends, and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes. Unlike a normal shield block, you can use the spell's reaction against the magic missile spell. Heightening the spell increases the shield's hardness. So,
Okay.
I have a +1 to AC, and if I use the shield block to mitigate damage for, I assume that it mitigates up to 5 damage. If I were to use shield block.
Exactly. Okay. On to Diggy. You're muted.
Diggy is going to raise his shield and sprint 30 feet in the direction of this thing.
Okay. Go and move your
He's
token.
going to do that in that order because he does not have enough hit points to not raise a shield.
I'm right there with you.
All right, so that's your whole turn. That's easy. It is now the cave. Did you move your token yet?
Nope. All right, gonna do that now.
That's your whole movement? Jesus.
I have 15 speed.
And you use 2 actions, so you can move twice, right? So you can move 30.
Yeah, that's why I moved 30.
Okay.
And, yep.
All right, never mind. All right, it's now Charmin Ultra's turn. He takes Octavia. He looks at you menacingly and then claws you.
Okay, I have a reaction here.
Okay.
Something that was it unimpeded step? Or, sorry, liberating step. Triggers an ally taking damage. The ally gains resistance to all damage against triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. The ally can attempt to break free of grappling season whatnot. This is all if people are within 15 feet of me, which I believe they are.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So I will activate my liberating step.
So resist 6 and then a free escape.
So I guess
believe it also includes you moving away. If they can move, the ally can step as a free action, even if they didn't need to escape.
All right, so you steps one, and that's just a 5-foot step.
Well, I need to escape first.
Yeah.
Right, so I need to roll my acrobatics again.
Yeah, you need a high roll here.
Yep. What did I got a 14 last time, so I need higher than a 14.
Remember your hero point if you still have it.
I already used it. I don't remember on what, but I know I already used it.
Oof, not gonna do it.
That's the third 5 I've rolled.
Can I give somebody my hero point?
Nope.
Okay.
Do we have any banked?
No, there's no banks right now.
Okay. Well, can't escape.
All right. But what's your AC total right now? You're minus
let me
2
just
from the
double-
grapple and then plus 1 from the
Grapple.
shield, right?
Yes. So
does
it's actually going to be
this
20.
All right, he misses. Okay, what is he gonna do? The next thing he does is he moves to here, dragging you with him.
Yeah, of course.
And that is his turn. It is now Carlin's turn.
Okay, and how far away from me is the ledger?
5 feet. I'd say let's hold on. See where I'm marking it here, right here.
Okay. First, I will make a stride to the ledger.
Yep.
What do you need me to do to?
It's an action to pick it up.
Interpret that.
It's an action to pick it up, and
Okay.
then one action to try to read it.
Okay. I will do both of those things. Try
All
and
right.
figure out what
Give me-
Octavian.
You don't have a mercantile skill, do you?
No.
You can either choose society, you can choose crafting, you can choose diplomacy. Yeah, it's probably everything.
Okay. Diplomacy it is.
What did that roll? I was looking at the actual rolling dice, and it was
14.
14.
You can tell you can't tell the specifics, but you get this is a ledger that is indicating business between Haymitch and Charmin Ultra.
Okay.
And
that's my
that
turn.
is your turn. Next up is Preston, and you can do Jeremy on your turn as well.
That is exactly how the summoner class works. Jeremy does not get his own actions. Jeremy and I share a hit point pool and an action pool. It's crazy, and I really like how they did this, and I'm going to do what I hope is a decent job of introducing it right now. So I only have 3 actions to share between the two, and I can choose whichever one happens at any given time. I am subject to like double effects sometimes, and we'll talk about that when I'm defending. But for now, my first action is, let's see, how am I doing this to make sure I can get it? I can't get it. I'll do my best anyway. First action is Act Together. Act Together burns 1 to 3 AP, and then one of my halves gets to use an action with that many points. The other one gets to use a single action. So, Act Together, and Preston casts Evolution Surge. Please, how? Okay. How do I print things in here? Is that how? Yes, I do. Shut up. Cast.
Oh my god,
Sweet.
that's a
Jeremy
lot of
now
rules.
has this. Okay. I choose. Jeremy has a 20-foot speed bonus. Jeremy has a speed now of 45
Okay.
for the next minute.
Jesus Christ.
That is. Wow.
That is one
Sim-
fast teddy bear.
Yeah.
Simultaneously with me casting Evolution Surge, Jeremy strides at that speed. I get to choose which one procs first, so he strides to here.
Mm-hmm.
So that burned 2 actions, and I have a third, so I can't get quite into combat this time, but instead I will show off the other action economy thing, which is my feat, tandem movement. Single action, we both stride. So he's there, and I'm here. Actually, no, scratch that. I want to go talk to Carlin and say, look right the fuck there.
That thing.
Yeah. He
Page
can tell you
3,
He
exactly
sold the
Article
things to the
5.
vultures. Yeah, Charmin sold slaves to the vultures. We need to leave.
Octavia,
Well,
it is your turn.
All right. First thing, try to break free.
All right, give me that acrobatics check. Oof, no.
That's a 19.
Again, you
Next,
struggle at his grasp, and he seems to have just a really tight grip on that collar, an unnaturally tight grip.
Gonna try and strike him again with the gassed stiletto.
Go for it.
Mostly because I just want to see what it does. Like, I mean, I can read what it does, but I want to see how it mechanically operates in a scenario like this.
What is that total?
18.
That does not hit, unfortunately. You have one last action.
Raise shield.
Do shield again.
Or,
Okay.
Cast the shield spell, because I did not use the shield block, so I can use it again.
Diggy, it's your turn.
Well,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Iggy is going to use all of his movement to move there. Oh, it's a measuring tool still. Sorry, wrong indication. Bam.
All right.
Leaping atop the bar
Yes, there's no bar there. This is
to
a
stand
stage.
more eye to eye to him.
This is a stage, but whatever. Let's see here. It is the cave bear's turn. Oh, who is he going to attack? I honestly can't decide, so I'm gonna roll a. Let's see here. Do I have a? Where's my D? Just a random D6. Okay. And he's going to attack Octavia. Of course, he's going to attack Octavia. Let's see here. Claw, strike. That definitely hits. That's a 33. $17 points of damage to Octavia. I think she is down. No, she has 2 points left. Then he is going to swipe on Jeremy with a -5 attack modifier. What is Jeremy's AC?
Currently 20.
Oh, I just rolled a 21. Take 13 points of damage. And lastly, he goes at Diggy. What's your AC, Diggy?
22.
That is a miss. And that is his turn. It is now James, jeez. It is Carlin's turn. Why does these tokens have really wrong names on them?
So, do I comprehend what?
Yes.
Okay. Can I?
Hold on, I'm at 2 HP. Can I get just a quick recap about how that happened?
You got hit real bad.
I randomly chose who he was going to swing on. And I randomly rolled you, and you took 17 points of damage, taking you down to 2 HP.
And it beat 20
Yes, it
AC?
did.
33.
It actually is a crit, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna... I wasn't gonna use the shield block, so... Okay. Just... Alright. Carry on.
It is Carlin's turn.
Okay. So, to be relatively quick about it, because I know we need to kind of wrap up here fairly soon. I will hold up the second ledger and say to the crowd, I have here in my possession evidence of transactions between the Vulture and Charmin Ultra. I know many of you in this crowd have had their stock taken by the Vulture, and they have subsequently disappeared. I assure you that this individual, and I can give proof, showing the ledger in my hand, that it is in fact the Great Cleanser who has been dealing with the Vulture.
Give me that diplomacy check.
Do I still have the bonuses from the pep talk?
You know, I didn't really outline that, so I'm going to have to say yes, but I don't want to say yes.
Yes.
I'm going to say this is the last round you can use it, so +2.
Okay, and I will use one of my actions to do guidance.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
26. Again, it's been a bit of mass hysteria right now, but you lift up the ledger, you lift it to the crowd, make this brilliant speech, and instead of a gasp of horror, it's a rallying cry of anger from the crowd.
He stole from them.
Okay. And the crowd starts to flood onto the stage, just rushing the stage. You're going to have 2 turns to survive against this monster. And then the crowd will overwhelm him. So, is that your turn, Carlin?
I would have, I think... Well, what was the action economy of comprehending and making the speech? Was it 1 each, or was it just 1 for making the speech?
Ooh, 1 each. So you have 1 action left.
Okay, then, well, I did guidance, so that would be my turn.
Okay, yeah. Preston, it's your turn.
You want us to survive? We don't have to worry too much about dealing damage, huh?
These Infernal Dwarf townfolk are pissed.
Okay. I'm gonna make it weird. I know I promised this, but I'm gonna continue doing that.
Good show. Let's do it.
First... Yeah, okay. First action. Act together. I'm going to optimistically Preston casts boost. No, Preston casts reinforce Eidolon. And so that's +1 AC for Jeremy. For the next turn. Cantrip thing, shield style. I can shield the Eidolon. Jeremy attacks.
Okay.
Bear slam.
18's not going to do it.
Thought it would be higher than that anyway. Great. Then, oh boy, I got some fucked up spells. Confetti Cloud, 2 actions.
Confetti cloud.
Confetti Cloud, 2 actions.
What? Tell me what confetti cloud
Just-
does.
Just as like, where's my draw? Anyway. Confetti, all creatures within the area of confetti become concealed. All creatures outside the swarm become concealed to creatures within it. -2 circumstance on auditory perception checks.
Okay.
I'm just gonna confetti bomb the big guy. I'm gonna confetti bomb Charmin and make sure that everybody in there can't see each other to really get hit.
All right. So everyone, the
So
4 people
kind of
in
a-
this situation, Charmin, Jeremy, Octavia, and Diggy,
circle.
are all concealed. Which is concealed in order to make an attack. You have to pass a DC 5 straight check.
Yes.
Yeah. So 1 through 5 you fail and you just can't attack, and then you lose your action. 6 through 20 you get to attack.
Well, 5 through 20, I think, isn't it? Meet to beat, but
Oh yeah,
whichever.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a confetti cloud for the next minute.
All right.
Cool.
Octavia, it is your turn.
Okay. I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
When I was attacked, was Diggy within 15 feet of both of us?
Yes, you were.
Could he not have activated Liberating Step?
Not when you
I was-
were attacked. When you were attacked the last time, didn't he drag you across the room?
Yeah, but aren't you now standing like right next to us? I don't know.
I am
how did that-
currently. So if he attacks you again, I can do it again, which makes you resistant to 5. Is that correct, Alex?
Right. Well, you would have moved there before I got attacked. Your action is
Right.
before his. Yeah.
Shit. I'm sorry. Then yes, you should have benefited from that.
Okay. Can I retroactively make that escape check?
I mean, technically, a reaction is something that the character has to trigger. So that was not my fault.
It was mine.
Right, but I also wasn't here. So, to be fair, I went to the bathroom immediately after my turn ended. I would have asked this question
Sure.
at that
Why not?
time.
Why not? Roll for it.
Okay. All right. If you really don't want me to, I won't. I'm not trying to pressure you or anything.
Oof. No. Jeez.
It's
All right. So move on with your turn.
Okay. So first action is going to be to try to escape.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I
Horrible
want to
roll.
say that was Jack because it was sitting on my tweezers here, but it's fine. It's fine. I have another thing that I want to do just
Okay.
because I want to see what happens. So trying to escape hasn't really worked. Trying to attack this guy hasn't really worked, and I really don't want to try to attack through this confetti.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more potion.
Oh God.
I would like to drink that yellow potion.
Okay, hold on. This is gonna take me a second.
What does it do?
Please. To be honest, this third one, I hadn't actually chosen a potion. So, I am going to randomly choose it.
Oh, fun.
This is the classic NetHack move. I'm dead next turn. Let's drink a potion.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's exactly.
I mean,
I don't
why the
even know
fuck
what
not,
the potion
right?
does.
Where are potions?
It could be
in
gaseous
here?
form.
Yeah, it could be. That would be great
That
because
would
I
be
think that would
greater
it
healing.
might.
Kenyon, I'm sorry. I gotta go soon.
Okay. Let's wrap this up quick then, because once. Potion. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna buzz the wheel, and the potion is you drink the potion, and everything becomes clear.
Oh no. Oh wait.
You can see through the
Wait.
confetti.
Oh. Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I have one more action, right?
Yes, you do.
I guess I mean, if I can suddenly see, I guess I might as well try to stab a bitch.
Like, what do you expect? You won't let me leave, and you suddenly made my eyes clearer.
What is that total?
That's 23.
Fuck.
That is not enough.
23 to hit is not enough.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
got 24 and it wasn't enough.
Diggy,
fuck.
it's your turn.
Since I'm finally close enough, I'll try to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm using the hammer of the ancients. You had given me. It's a +3.
Yes, instead of +1 damage, but you still
Okay.
the same roll to hit.
So it's not the +11, and it's not a +13
What is it normally?
because I'm using that. Currently, it's a +1, but
Oh, so
you
it's just-
gave me a hammer that's a +3.
No, I was talking about the lightning damage.
Oh, I was talking about the to hit.
It's the same as your hammer before, just to hit. The to hit roll has not changed.
Fuck me. That was so close to a
19.
fucking 20.
I was.
All right, I'll try again, and I'm not doing the digital dice. Goddammit.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Do your that failed, but for your next attack, do the flat check to get through the confetti.
Gotcha. Sorry. 7 plus what?
No, it's a
Just
straight
flat.
7, so you go, so you
It's
can't
just
attack.
flat. So
Okay. Does that negate my third opportunity to attack?
No, you can still attack.
Do I get the -10 to attack?
You get -5
Still-
because this is your second attack.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna hit.
So, for the record, the first one is just a unmodified d20 to see if you can hit
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
through the confetti.
Yep.
So
Right.
if you rolled 5 or above, you can make the attack as it normally would be.
Correct. What do you want to do with your third action? Raise your shield, I'm assuming?
Yeah, raise my shield.
All right. Cavebear's turn. Let's see who he attacks first. He attacks Jeremy first. Poor Jeremy.
Confetti. It's kind of what he's built as a tank. Confetti.
Confetti. He passes. He swings. Total of 36. What's your AC?
21.
Oh, that's a crit.
If it's gonna crit anybody at a 30.
yeah, like
That's
geez.
20 points of damage.
Okay. Okay.
You know what?
We living?
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, I didn't want to do that. I don't know why that happened.
All right. Next attack is
There's
going
trauma.
going
We'll
into
deal with that later.
Octavia. Is going into Octavia, but he's a -5.
Confetti.
Oh, flat check. Flat
Confetti.
check first. Flat check. That is an 8. It goes through. -5. Oh!
Wait, an
He
8 goes
rolls a
through?
3 and misses Octavia. And the last
Eight on
attack,
the
who is he
flat check.
attacking? He's attacking Octavia again. Flat
Still
check.
Oh,
confetti.
shit.
Black check. Passes. He rolled a 6, actually. That was very close. -10 to hit on Octavia. Rolls a 15 and misses again. That is the end of the second round. Because he
Sure.
attacked twice.
I think you got muted.
Thirdly,
I'm no longer muted, sorry, thank you. You see infernal doors
good.
that you normally would never see attack. Old ladies, young women, decrepit old men flying over you with the fiercest of faces attacking this Charmin Ultra. Apparently an infernal door society breaking trust when it comes to contracts and business is the worst, the worst thing to do. And he tear this Torok anointed apart. Eventually the scene calms down. Everyone's breathing a little heavy. And one voice raises from back in the courtyard below the stage.
No, who it's gonna be.
And you hear Hamish say, "The Shackles still needs a leader. I was taken advantage of by Charmin Ultra also, so I shall take his place as the leader of the Shackles."
I loot the body.
Okay. Can I too? So the description of confetti cloud, by the way, creatures in the area of the confetti continually hear the raucous sounds of a party or festival. As I dismiss it, can I have one sad party blower? As Hamish declares himself the king of the shackles.
Yes, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think looting the body is going to wait until next week, because I have no idea what he has. Would anyone like to show any sort of rebuttal to Hamish?
I would like to collapse on the floor in a heap after looting the body. My last ounce of energy is to loot the body, and then I collapse.
To turn to the crowd and say, I may not know all of you, but I know many of you. I've served you at Hamish's bar. You all know me. You know I'm not gonna bullshit you. But that one right there, that is not the one for you. He is not gonna look out for you, he's gonna look out for him first. So if you want a leader who will predictably always do what's good for him, you pick him.
Performance society.
Actually,
or
that's all
diplomacy
I'm gonna end it right there. Sorry, performance or diplomacy?
Society or diplomacy.
Oh, I'm not good at any of those things. Society or diplomacy? Fucking diplomacy. There we go.
All right, give me a second here. Where are you, Hamish? Where are you, Hamish?
I mean, it's got to be higher than a 12.
Oh my god. Okay, so you say this. You both lock eyes, Diggy and Hamish, with fierceness and anger, and you see the crowd look at both of you, back and forth as a one entity, in disbelief and understanding. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next week, or 2 weeks from now, because Hamish rolled exactly a 12 also.
Fuck.
And that's
All
it. So, schedule-wise, next week I will be out, so it's going to be 2 weeks until we play again. Preston and Diggy, you're very welcome to play with us again if you like. And as always, what should the name of this episode be?
Bear.
So
Bear.
I have 3 written down.
I mean, Womp had some good ones.
One of them is from Warrior Womp in the chat. So I have, from Warrior Womp, I have Toilet Paper Tyrant. We also have Carebear Kaiju.
Oh, I like that one.
And
I like that one.
and Summon a Bear Workshop.
I like Carebear Kaiju.
I really like
think it's
Carebear
the best of the
Kaiju.
bunch.
Care Bear Kaiju is pretty good.
I think we all know that Jeremy was the star of this episode.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Just wait until I can
What
make
a-
it bigger.
What a
Oh,
great
shit.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
What a
Something
great
to look forward to.
character
folks.
you set up. I'm excited.
Woof.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Please like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, and follow on Twitch. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. We'll see you next week.
Later,
It's
guys.
been wonderful. Bye.
Thanks everybody for watching as always.
Yes, thank you all.